Hello and welcome to the Dudley Town Hall. I'm Paul Webb here with BCB's Dan Mole for a night of boxing. British title action, Commonwealth title action. Dan, we talked a lot last year about getting more title fights on these shows, and what a cracker we got this evening.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. It's a real 50-50 fight. It's a British title. It's a title that every boxer wants to win. One of the best in the world for me, and then also adding the Commonwealth in there. And look, IJAZ AHMED absolutely deserves the opportunity to fight for this title. He's had some real bad luck with the Casey Kitami trilogy and then Casey pulling out a few weeks back. So we knew as his management team that we had to get in this shot. And fair play to MARCEL, Braithwaite, taking it on short notice. It's an absolute 50-50. It's a live fight and it'll be a cracker.
Yeah, a big thing for Braithwaite was making weight, which he managed to do, something he failed to do last time out for this title. Do you think that'll give him a good psychological edge, even coming into the fight late on?
Yeah, possibly. Obviously, he fought a Somber last time and didn't make weight, so there would have always been that question mark over him. But fair play to him. He come in yesterday. He was a little bit late for the weigh-in, I have to say, but he was here for the weigh-in and he weighed in and he can fight for that British belt. But really, tonight's all about IJAZ AHMED and everything that he's been through to get to this point. And for us to put that on here at Dudley Town Hall, the last time a British title fight was fought for here was 1991. It's been 32 years since a British title has been fought for in Dudley, and we're absolutely honoured and proud to be putting it on, and we couldn't have done so without Jobsworth Recruitment, one of our principal partners. So a massive shout out to Jobsworth Recruitment, particularly Jim and Rob, two real boxing guys who have given us some absolutely stellar support over the years. Without people like Jobsworth and Wayne down in Alliance Scaffolding, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. So tonight's all about IJAZ AHMED, MARCEL, Braithwaite, but for us from BCB, massive thank you to those platinum partners out there.
And a huge opportunity here, as you say, for IJAZ. You never want to look too far forward, but the last 5 guys who have won the British title have all gone on to win world honours. This could potentially change his life, this fight.
Yeah, it's life-changing. At these weights, we know that, look, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? In one respect, that there's not a massive pool of fighters, and to try and get that interest at super fly, it can sometimes be difficult. Everyone likes a big guy, as we can tell from you versus me. But at the same time, what you can do is you can motor on through. And this is an opportunity for IJAZ or MARCEL to get that British title, to get that Commonwealth title, and then to push on European world honours, await the winner.
Now we'll touch on the undercard. Obviously we've got a packed card once again, but a really interesting one in the away corner as MJ Hall takes on his 100th professional fight.
Yeah, what an achievement that is, to be a centurion in this game, in this day and age. He hasn't got a mark on him as well. He's elusive. He'll take fight after fight after fight. An absolutely great guy. And we all know when you're in the boxing game, the absolute backbone of British boxing, it's not the left-hand side of the card. It's always the right.
Yeah, other prospects in action. So Zach Evans is in with MJ Hall. We've also got Liam Gold back in action against Peter Alexandrov. Good prospect, Liam. Decent fighter. Yeah,
Liam's early on in his journey, and he's up against some boy in Peter Alexandrov, somebody who I've got a lot of time for. He's a bit of a crowd pleaser. He's a bit of a wild card. He fought last week on our show in Wolverhampton, which was live on the BBC. So Peter will be coming to spoil the party, and it'll be a tough night's work for Liam.
And Ryan Griffiths, he's in with a very familiar face to us, Paul Cummins. Another great opponent, a great away fighter. Interesting backstory again from Ryan, obviously coming from all the white collar scene. How do you think he'll fare this evening?
Yeah, look, you've got to fight Paul Cummins, haven't you? It's almost like a rite of passage, and to have that on your debuts, it's not the easiest of debuts, but what Paul will do, he'll be awkward, he'll give rounds, and it's a barometer for Ryan in the same way MJ Hall will be a barometer for Zach Evans. If they can't get past these guys with relative ease, for want of a better word, then it's going to be a tough pro career for him.
Absolutely. Dan, thanks very much for joining. Remember guys, like and comment on the YouTube stream. We've got former English champion Adam Harper on commentary with myself, so fire your questions over and enjoy the action.
5 minutes to your boxing. 5 minutes to your boxing. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dudley Town Hall. Bit of information for you before we start. We'd like to say thank you to our platinum partners, Alliance Scaffolding and Jobsworth Recruitment. Tonight's gloves are supplied by RDX. Official programs are on sale at the front desk, priced at £5. Inside you'll find a voucher for a 3-day gym trial at the Village Hotel. For updates, follow BCB Promotions on Facebook and Twitter at BCB_boxing. For sponsorship opportunities, please visit www.bcbpromotions.com. Our next show takes place in Birmingham on the 24th. Tickets are on sale at the front desk. Ladies and gentlemen, BCB Promotions presents an evening of championship boxing. Our officials are ringside this evening as steward in charge Matt Harris, area representative Tony Hedges, inspectors Kenny Basford, Rich Parsons and Jamie Reynolds, timekeeper Tony Dunkley, and our referees, A-star Kevin Parker is a scoring referee, and Ryan Churchill. Ladies and gentlemen, our first bout this evening is a super welterweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds. Please welcome to the blue corner from Warminster, Paul Cummins. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the red corner, making his professional debut from Dudley, Ryan Griffin. This is a super welterweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the blue corner, wearing the blue shorts, weighing in at 11 stone, 4 pound 8 ounces, from Warminster, Paul Cummins. And in the red corner, making his professional debut, wearing the black and blue shorts, weighing in at 10 stone 7 pounds, from Dudley, Ryan Griffin. And your referee, Ryan Churchill.
Keep punches up and away from the back of the head. When I say break, stop boxing and take a step back. I've had my commands at all times, take a step at all times. 4 rounds, 2 shots.
Oh, good evening everyone and welcome to the Dudley Town Hall for a night of championship boxing. British and Commonwealth super flyweight title in our main event, but our first fight of the evening sees Ryan Griffiths take on the ever durable, evergreen Paul Cummins. I'm joined by former English champion, former Commonwealth title challenger Adam Harper. Adam, professional debut, we talked about it before, the nerves that come with it. What do you think will be going through Ryan's head right now?
There'll be a lot of baggage coming with this debut. It'll be very interesting for him. He'll be probably quite eager to get off quite early, land his shots, and he's boxing quite nicely behind the jab here, and he'll be looking to execute everything he's been probably training for the last 10 weeks to do, and just put it all to practice tonight.
Yeah, professional debut in his hometown of Dudley. 22 years old, he's a former kickboxer and picked up a WKU title in kickboxing before switching over to regular boxing, and he's been fighting on the white collar circuit. He's had 22 fights with a couple of losses. It's a big change though, isn't it, when you're going over to the paid ranks? It's a very different setup in terms of your preparation, your training, and just the feel of the evening in general. You will feel those nerves tonight.
Definitely, it's a big change in the sense of training will be different and the competition will be different. But if you look against Paul Cummins, who's a veteran of what he does, he comes here, he's paid to survive and do the 4 rounds and move on. But Ryan today is really providing some superb skills early doors. He looks like a lad who's had 6, 7, 8 pro fights. This doesn't look like a man having his debut tonight.
Yeah, he's doing well to get inside Cummins, who's a naturally taller man and bigger man. And he's trying to tuck up, but he's landing the uppercut in that left hand quite well early on, and a big right hand.
What I've noticed, Ryan's everything behind his jab, and he seems to be landing on Paul, and then he just seems to break him up when he's inside and bring everything up through the middle and around to the body. And today, superb boxing from Ryan Griffiths. He's not really taking a lot, and he's boxing superb at the minute.
Solid start from Ryan, who's a shift manager at the Tesco Express store in Cuckley and Kidderminster. And he's come a long way in the last few months. He's had some really good quality sparring in with the likes of Liam Davis. He'll be keen to get a good early start, as he's done early on this one.
A pretty faultless performance so far for me. I think he's executed everything he's meant to be doing. He's boxing brilliantly behind the jab, and when he gets inside close, he's working well, he's changing his angles. He did just ship a little left hook from Paul Cummins there.
Cummins a very durable man, but has been hurt, and he can be open to certain shots. Griffiths looking to expose that right now. Good right hand over the top, just falls a little bit short there from Griffiths.
He's got an extremely high work rate, Griffiths, here, and he's working well, and he's landing 4, 5, 6 punches in spurts, and superb opening round for a professional debut.
Working well with BCB with like some Macaulay Owen as well, so he's had some good quality sparring and some good fighters to look up to. Confident at first round.
Superb first round for me. I think he was absolutely fantastic, looking very composed and calm. Paul Cummins, like I said, he's here to survive tonight. He'll do his job, and he'll more than likely get through the 4 rounds and then move on to next week, and it will be when the bigger test comes from Ryan Griffiths. But for a man who's had so much experience with the kickboxing and the white collar, you'd like to think he wouldn't want to hang around too long with these kind of bouts and these fights. He'd want to move on, after 6, 7 fights to an area title before he gets into any bad habits, because he's really just going at a canter at the minute, and he's doing superb.
Yeah, he's had an interesting switch obviously as well. He's dropped 2 stone from where he was fighting previously in the white collar circuit. He's getting himself ready for getting a pro body ready. As you said earlier, it's a very different thing.
Second round, round 2.
That comes with the training, doesn't it? Different kind of training, and the intensity of everything will be much higher now that he's in the paid ranks.
Yep, second round of this one scheduled for 4. So confident start from Griffiths for those just joining the stream.
Working the body well, Griffiths. He seems to be going up and down the levels and touching upstairs, banging them downstairs. Superb boxing.
Good quick feet from him as well there, stepping in well. It's always a good sign. A lot of people, when they watch boxing, they're always looking at the hands, but I know me and you and a lot of other guys in the sport, look at your feet, look at the movement, and he's creating good angles so far, whipping in a couple of nice body shots there.
Very agile with his feet, and he is changing angles very nicely tonight. And again, when he comes up against somebody who wants to come and have a go and probably fight back a bit more than Cummins, he'll find more opportunities and more openings, which is probably where we see the best of Griffiths. when he comes up against someone who wants to have a go back at him and fire back, and will leave themselves open, because Cummins is just shutting shop here already.
Yeah, he's tucking those elbows up nicely there, Cummins. Good defensive work. It might look to the naked eye like he's shipping shots, but he's taking a lot of them on the arms and the elbows, which isn't comfortable, but better than being hit in the solar plexus.
Cummins as a character, though, he's one of the few remaining journeymen on the circuit at the minute, and I speak to him, as you could see, he gave us a wink a minute ago in between rounds, and I know he openly puts on social media he does this for his family. He's got a missus and a kid at home, and he's very much about doing it for them, and he's a very, very tough man.
Referee just giving a warning for a push there with the elbow. Good counter left hand there from Griffiths to the body.
It's working the left hand lovely, and it go down to the body, and they double it up upstairs as well. Very smart, intelligent boxing for a first bout pro.
Yeah, it seems fairly comfortable as well. He's had moments in the fight where he's been boxing more on the back foot. But doing well again. We're giving up a little bit of weight, but he's certainly not looking out at physical battled in there at all.
Lovely head movement. He's not taking too many shots, and he's hitting and not getting hit, which is obviously the noble art of boxing. Everything's very smart and cute from him tonight. And this is some performance so far as we're halfway through round 2.
Another good right hand to the body digging in there from Griffiths. And Cummins is chasing shadows a little bit there when he tries to make his own progress forward.
Well, I like the fact he's displaying both sides of boxing there. He's on the front foot, but he's also boxing and moving as well. He's real promising talent the BCB have got here, and one to watch for in the future, definitely.
Yeah, flurry of punches there from Cummins, but nothing lands clean. Griffiths does well to get himself back out. Keeps a nice tight guard as well. Ends around with a little short left hook to the body.
Paul Cummins gives us a look of concern as he walks to the corner.
Standing in between rounds. He does this all night, does this every week.
What I liked about Griffiths when he was inside, I know he shipped a couple, but he was catching all the punches. He was catch. Then he fired back. Really, that's a lot of good signs of having a lot of confidence inside there, working inside the pocket, and then he fired back. He wasn't afraid to stand there. He's working at range well. We're seeing a bit of glimpse of everything tonight, glimpses of all sorts of boxing.
And we're seeing more and more kickboxers switch trade now into regular boxing, as I keep calling it. Obviously we've got Carl Williams, who's down here tonight. He was a former kickboxing world champion. It does seem it's a case of following where the money goes, I know, but obviously it's the discipline where they learn a lot of good footwork. That's one thing kickboxing is all about. You've got to be able to move well to be a good kickboxer.
100% agree with that.
So third round of this one scheduled for 4. Griffiths comfortably taking the opening 2 rounds. Making his professional debut in his hometown of Dudley. It's a good venue this, isn't it, Adam, for a spectator, having the balcony, and you feel a lot closer to the ring than you probably are. It's that sort of more bear pit atmosphere, a bit like the town hall in Warsaw.
Absolutely fantastic. And I believe, is this the venue where Tommy Langford boxed Wildbourne, or was that Walsall Town?
That was Warsaw.
That
very,
was Warsaw.
Very similar.
Very similar, yeah, from what I've seen.
Layout.
But fantastic venue for a debut, and Griffiths is boxing fantastic. So his fans will hopefully be coming back for more when he's next out, hopefully in a couple of months. Again there, just tucking up, riding out the shots, and then comes back, but boxing superb on the back foot now.
Yeah, Cummins showing a little bit of offensive ambition in this round, lands a little right hand there. And this is the test for Griffiths now. This is where the fitness really will come in. Because he's been throwing a lot of punches in the opening 2 rounds. He'll be burning off a lot of nervous energy, as we say. And leading off well with the jab there.
Cummins is there to be hit, although he shows up, and you can hit Cummins all night if you want to. I know you might not catch him because he shows up quite well, but when he's letting his hands go, this will be a great opportunity for Griffiths to let his hands go and try and counter back and look for openings.
Yeah, Cummins just tried to get inside with a body shot, but countered well there from Griffiths, and again, good movement there to get himself off the centre line. He's creating a good angle for a shot. But just walked onto a little one there.
And that's what he's got to be careful as, because as he moves up the levels, whether it be area title level or away fighters with a bit more ambition, he won't be able to get away with walking onto this stuff. But as we've seen, he's peppered Cummins with 4, 5, 6 shots, and then he moves off and changes his angles.
Yep, and it is a bit of patience as well, isn't it? It's about picking the shots and not just throwing everything at him.
100%. It's about taking his time, looking for the openings.
Cummins with a bit of smart work inside. A bit of a wide left hand there throw from Cummins, missing the overhand right. He's there to be countered, isn't he, Adam? It's just whether Griffiths can put those shots together. That's more like it.
Fantastic. Evading what's coming towards him, then they fire back and change his angles, move his feet. Superb boxing tonight.
Yeah, good little combination again there from Griffiths, and he took a little quick step back, give himself a bit of space.
And he doubles up the left hand very well. He'll throw a left hook, left uppercut very well. He puts his shots together nicely.
Yeah, this one really has flown by already into the 4th and final round. As I say, stick with us for that huge main event. IJAZ Ahmed going for the British and Commonwealth Super Flyweight title, taking on Liverpool's MARCEL Braithwaite. Really, really good, well-matched fight, the one in the main event. Winning one of the best belts in the sport, the Lonsdale belt, which is, I just saw it ringside a moment ago, I don't know where it's gone now, but a fantastic looking bit of kit. One that a lot of fighters want to win.
Also the Commonwealth title, Paul, superb bout, one I boxed for 5 years ago yesterday to the day. Yep. For the Commonwealth title.
Michael Zarafa over in Australia.
Cummins up and ready for the final round.
Crowd showing their appreciation there. Ryan Whitehead in the comments just said it's good to see that Ryan's taking his time and picking his shots. That's something he has done well so far. Cummins starting this round more on the back foot.
Yeah, Cummins will want to see out this round now and make sure if he's got any work next week or the week after he can do it. Griffiths doesn't need to do anything in my opinion, Paul, just lovely like that, just counter shots and look to work on his counters, not rush it, and then chip away when he's inside, lovely again. He works the body well, then he brings it up, it's fantastic boxing.
Yeah, really smart in there from Griffiths. He's got to be careful that a lot of fighters in these sort of bouts can end up chasing, and it's something that you don't want to be doing. You've still got to, even if your opponent isn't throwing back, it's about picking your shots rather than chasing them around the ring.
Well, I think we've seen many different avenues from Griffiths tonight. He's boxed a move, he's been up close, he's mixed it up. He's really shown so many different types of boxing, and it's fantastic to see.
Yeah, did well there just to block that right hand, keeping a nice tight guard, which he has kept throughout the fight. Nice little jab inside. And a good left hand. That's a big shot there. Drew a bit of blood there from Paul.
And this is where it'd be nice to see him step on the gas and see if he could just cause Cummins any more problems.
Yeah, he's doing well with that lead left hand. And so the naturally smaller guy, but he's popping that left hook well.
He's just starting to look a little bit sluggish or reckless now and winging his shots in rather than, that's a lot nicer there. A lot cuter boxing when he's chipping away.
Yep, we're coming right towards the end of this one. It's been a Ryan Griffiths shutout so far.
Absolutely fantastic performance. Just be nice to see him now step on the gas a bit and try and put a little bit more pressure on Cummins. Let his hands go for the final part.
Yep, good right hand there from Griffiths.
But he's moving in that range very nice with his feet. And a chip away upstairs, fantastic boxing from Griffiths. He chips away downstairs. It'd be nice to see him empty the tank now.
Yeah, mixing in shots to the body. A nice little jab through Cummins' guard. Just falls short with that right uppercut, but comes back well again to the body. Cummins just chucking in a short right hand, just letting know he's still there. It's the final seconds of this one, equal way.
Fantastic professional debut, and I'm sure his fans will be happy with that performance, as will his coaches, Matt Sturgis and Ben Wilkes in the corner.
Yeah, good team in his corner, good professional debut. We're expecting a full shutout win, 40 points to 36, but we await the referee scorecard. As always, a good showing from Paul Cummins.
As tough as they come, Paul Cummins, the road warrior. Great to see a good turnout for Ryan Griffiths' fans, with obviously what's going on in the world at the minute with the lack of money. Fantastic to see him selling so many tickets, because that's what makes all these shows happen and gives every professional boxer an opportunity.
So we need the guys to keep coming out and supporting. Every ticket makes a massive difference.
Ladies and gentlemen, your appreciation please for both boxers.
As we await the official score.
Our referee scores the contest 40-36 for your winner in the red corner.
Fantastic performance. It'll be good to see him move on now, maybe move up the levels of journeyman and away fighters and have someone with a tiny little bit more ambition. I think it will be able to show him, give him the opportunity to show his potential and ability.
Ryan, congratulations, a punch-perfect start to your pro career. You must be pleased.
It was a moment to remember. Debut in my hometown. Can't believe it, man. I'm lost for words at the moment.
You must be really pleased, though, with your actual performance against a kid that everybody goes into, and to take him at short notice, giving away quite a bit of weight, a guy who's been with absolutely everybody in the boxing scene, and to put on that kind of performance, you must be absolutely over the moon.
Yeah, I am. I'm really, really good with my performance. You can tell he's very, very experienced. Like, when I slapped off, he made me pay. And obviously I'll take that into the next fight, you know, use my jab more, move angle off a bit more, don't hold my feet too much, but it's all part of the experience, really.
A different route into the pro game for yourself, obviously, from that more of a white collar scene, am I right in saying that?
Yeah, I come from the white collar scene, yeah.
What do you think the differences are from that, as having a stellar amateur career to going into the pros? We've seen the likes of BCB's Lennox Clark go from all the way through to British title. What do you think the difference is?
There's a lot, really. There's obviously your fitness, the round times are different, the fighting style. So, for example, when I fought in white collar, I fought at 11 stone, which is super welterweight. Obviously, this was the bout today, but obviously I was meant to be fighting at lightweight. So it's all just levels, really.
What do you want to go on to achieve? Do you look at someone like a Lennox Clark, who's come from a similar background to yourself, to go all the way through to pick up that Lord Lonsdale belt?
Yeah, I just want to show people that that obviously us from the white collar can do it and can make it as well. I mean, it'll be great to come back here to Dudley Town Hall and maybe fight for a title one day.
Do you feel that there's that sort of snobbery then in the boxing game, that people have got to come up through the ranks and do the amateur way as opposed to yourself, who's done it a completely different way?
Yeah, I don't want to talk like too much crap, but people, like you say, people shun on the white collar, and obviously it's engraved that you've got to go amateur then professional. And I'm just kind of here to show that you can actually go through the white collar scene and can make it professional.
Well, there's a man who did the commentary tonight who knows a lot more than me about boxing, Adam Harper. He won an English title. He's been really impressed. So to get that kind of reward from somebody who's achieved so much in the game, you must be delighted to hear that.
I am very delighted. I mean, I am impressed with my performance. There's a lot of things that I could have done better. Like, I listened to my corner well. It's just moving on and focusing on the stuff that I need to learn on in the gym now.
And just finally, how much are you enjoying being associated with BCB?
It's class. I wouldn't recommend. I'd recommend it to everyone. Like, they look after me so well. They are great. Absolutely great.
Checks in the post, Ryan. Thanks for your time. Well done tonight.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Back
Please welcome to the red corner from Cosley, Liam Gould. Super welterweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the blue corner, wearing the white and black shorts, weighing in at 10 stone, 11 pound, 12 ounces, from Sofia, Bulgaria, Petr Alexandrov. And in the red corner, wearing the white and blue shorts, weighing in at 11 stone, 1 pound, 8 ounces, a record of 2 undefeated, from Cosley, Liam Gould. 4 3-minute rounds, your referee Ryan Churchill.
I did manage to speak to Liam Gould yesterday, a product of the William Perry gym. 37 fights, 19 wins, won a fair few Midlands titles. Said he's got ambitions to go on to win an area title at welterweight and then do the domestic route, English, British and so on.
Yeah, this is Gould's third professional fight. He's in relatively quick succession, to be fair. Made his debut in October last year.
Straight behind the jab, Gould. Looking to establish a jab. Did get caught with a check left hook then.
So turnover against MJ Hall before winning every round of that fight, before repeating against George Rogers in December. So 8 rounds as a professional, he's won all of them. 24 years old. And he's a little bit critical of himself after his last fight and said that he's looking to switch tactics a little bit. He's had some really good sparring with likes of Connor Walker, Midlands and English title challenger Connor. And as you alluded to there, part of that Jimmy's Fitness and Boxing Gym in Tipton, with his uncle Jimmy Gould.
Who I believe was an ABA champion with a broken hand, Paul. He broke his hand in the quarter-final, or even the round before that, the Midlands final, boxed in the quarter-final, semi-finals and finals with a broken hand. One hand he had, and he still got to win an ABA title.
Yeah, fantastic achievement. They do build them different, some of these boxers. He's had some good sparring as well. Again, I mentioned other names there, but also Ollie Cassidy.
Owen Cooper, who is obviously the current Midlands champion, and you'd like to think Owen Cooper will probably look to move onwards and upwards from the area title soon enough, which will probably free it up for someone like Gold to come along and take that opportunity.
Alexandrov in the away corner, over from Sofia in Bulgaria. Very, very familiar face to those who won the British boxing scene. Plenty of experience.
Gold's firing a lovely short 1-2 straight down the middle tonight, Paul, and he's catching him every time. Just teeing him up. It'd be nice to give a few feints or something else, but a lovely one too. Everyone he throws it lands like a magnet on him.
Yep, learning to be patient. Again, it's sort of in the opposite of the fight we saw previously, where Gold just have the height and size advantage. Alexandrov's well known for keeping very tucked up in his shell, very wide shoulders, but very rarely gets troubled, very rarely gets hurt.
Very smart boxing by Gold, everything straight down the middle.
You know, Alexandrov's going to look to spoil and slow things down. That's the challenge that Gold has. He's got to be the aggressor, but it's got to be smart aggression, Adam.
Yeah, Gold's going down to Alexandrov's body a lot. He's starting to stab the body, and that will leave openings up top. The more he does it, the more opportunities it will give him. Solid first round. 10-9 to Gold. Boxed beautifully behind the jab. Lovely straight shots.
Good start from Gold. As I say, it's precursor to our main event this evening. As always, a massive thank you to our sponsors, Jobsworth, for helping put this stream on and making this show happen. Without those sponsors, these kind of events just don't take place. It's as simple as that.
Definitely not, and you don't often see a British and Commonwealth title on a small horse show, so props to BCB, props to the sponsors, because, you know, teamwork makes a dream work, and it's fantastic to see these titles on a show like this. It's great for the area, it's great for small hall boxing, and most of all, it's great for the fighters.
Yeah, it's been a really good start to 2023 for BCB. Obviously, we had an action-packed show last week, and it's something that me and Dan talked about towards the end of last year. We were saying that there's a lot of shows, what we want at the title fights, that's what draws the crowds in, and you know, you can't have them all up and down the card, but getting in the main event's so important, and we've had back-to-back shows with huge main events. Last week obviously was stacked, and we've got a good one to look forward to tonight, but still plenty of action to come before then. So Liam Gold in the white shorts, blue piping, looking to move on to 3-0.
Lovely variation there, Paul. He's mixing it up again, head and body. Everything he throws straight down the middle is catching Alexandrov.
Yeah, good hand speed. He's getting that right hand over the top as well. Alexandrov is keeping quite a high guard, but his elbow's been tucked quite wide, and Gold's exposing that, landed that right over the top. He's also standing very square on, which I know, again, from the boxer's perspective, Adam, I know that's designed to help him move, but it can mean he gets caught.
Yeah, very open to the rear hand. And every time Gold throws that left right, that big right hand connects every time to Alexandrov, and he can't be taking these all night. But he's starting to look more tired now, Alexandrov, and if Gold just starts to up his work rate, keep chipping away.
Lovely left hand there as Gold switches southpaw. Then telegraphs that left hand a little bit. Alexandrov saw that coming.
Again, Paul, these are all learning fights, aren't they, against your journeyman? He'll learn a lot from these, and when he makes his mistakes here tonight, hopefully as he does move on to area title level, British and English title level, he won't make those mistakes. Instead of rushing in, not taking his feet and falling in.
Yep,
Lovely
nice.
1-2.
Yeah, good right hand straight down the middle there from Gold. And again, it's work set it up from the jab. And a whipping right hand to the body. It got a little bit wild there though. And he ships a left hand and a right in return. Got to be sensible there, hasn't he?
100% Gold's value for money, but he's leaving himself open, and he's shipped a fair few shots here, which isn't nice to see. And I can't imagine Jimmy Gold will be happy with what he's seeing, because he could probably keep this a little bit smarter and just box behind the jab and box and move.
Yeah, a bit of a haymaker right hand there from Alexandrov, but it landed straight down the pipe. Just wake Gold up a little bit there, and as much as the fight's been going all his way so far, he is in with a live opponent. He's a little bit crude at times, Alexandrov, but he whips those shots in.
Gold's definitely action-packed. He likes to come and box and fight, and that's fantastic for his fans, but...
It's that right balance, isn't it, Adam, between being overly cautious and reckless. There is a
fine line.
Yeah.
Still a Gold round for me, Paul, but I do think he shipped a few punches there in the exchanges, and again, when you move up to area title level or English title level, when you start to ship those kind of punches, it can be the telling difference between winning and losing or getting put down for a round. You've got to be careful how you box in these kind of situations. Especially in a 4-round fight where a knockdown can have such an influence on the scorecard. You know, you've got such few amount of rounds to win that back, and it puts you in a position where you have to win basically every other round. And that can then inflict panic, and it's just not a good combination to have when you're boxing. So I'd like to see Gold come back out now, just everything long behind the jab, 1s and 2s down the middle. If he does get in close, work away at the body, but I'm sure Alexandrov's going to come out booming of confidence. His coach seemed very vocal and enthusiastic halfway through in the second round.
Second round, round 3.
Third round of this one. For those asking in the comments, what time's the main event expected to happen? We've still got a little bit more action to take place before then. Zach Evans in over 4 rounds. But you won't have to wait too long for that huge main event. IJAZ AHMED versus MARCEL Braithwaite for that British and Commonwealth Super Flyweight title. Alexandrov starts the round off on the back foot.
This is nice from Gold, seeing him keep his distance, not crowding his work and rushing his work. Everything behind the jab, straight shots.
Gold looking to work out for the referee's break. Nice little right hand to the body.
Lovely ball again. He touches upstairs, goes downstairs. Now he's leaving himself open, and this is where he engages a bit too much, in my opinion.
Yeah, getting a little bit sloppy now from the pair. And that will suit Alexandrov more than Gold. And he ships a big right hand, but lands a massive right hand in return. Alexandrov takes it with a smile, but that was a big shot. The referee gives him a warning, not sure what for. Maybe turning on the punch. And again, it's crude stuff from Alexandrov, but
he is getting some success, Paul, when he does land these wild shots. And this is, again, would be nice to see Gold just boxing smart. Don't rush in like he's doing here. Because the only success that Alexandrov's having is with these big looping hooks.
Yeah, better defensive work there from Gold. He moved his head out and gets himself back into range. And both men got some good punches off in that exchange.
Fantastic little exchanges here from both men. Again, Gold's round, and he boxes superb for 99% of the round, but he just gets dragged into some little toe-to-toe battles with Alexandrov, which he doesn't need to do.
Alexandrov throwing successive right hands there. They're wide open for a counter shot if Gold can time it well. Really does telegraph his punches. The sweet science, it isn't, Adam, but it can be effective.
I just wish we could see Gold just get behind the jab and box a little bit more and not get engaged, engage with these messy tactics of Alexandrov. But then he is successful with the big left hook himself.
Yeah, better shot there from Gold. Good left hand. And that's where he's just in those clinches, isn't he? He's got to work that little bit to create that bit of space.
Yeah, I believe he's crowding his work a little bit too much, Paul, and it'd be good to see him just give himself a little bit more space and then chip away at the body, which he has done fantastically today, and he's won all 3 rounds quite comfortably. I just feel he's shipping a few punches when he doesn't need to be. But again, the occasion.
For all those guys in the comments, obviously, if you put your comments, put your thoughts on this fight and your thoughts on the main event. We want to see the predictions. You know, there's going to be a lot of fans listening from Liverpool. will be cheering for their man, MARCEL Braithwaite, in that main event. Town hall really starting to fill up now. Not much space up on the balcony at all.
Seconds out for the fourth and final round.
Final round of this one.
Gold out in Southport. Be good to see him box and move and just be quite smart. Doesn't need to engage with Alexandrov, who appears to be quite tough from what he's taken already off Gold.
Yeah, a bit of sweat straight off Alexandrov there as Gold lands a nice round inside, but again, done with a wild flurry of punches and flexing the shoulder muscles a little bit there. He's having a good time.
He's enjoying himself, and it looks like he's got a bit of ambition for the last round, which is why, again, I keep repeating myself. I want Gold just to be sensible, box behind the jab, not do anything too silly.
Yeah, acknowledges a good shot there from Gold as well. I guess some of the best fighters in the world from Eastern Europe, but also we're starting to see more and more on the journeyman circuit.
Well, the British journeymen seem to be a dying breed at the minute, and it's a shame to see. And obviously now there's an influx of the foreign journeymen coming through.
Yeah, big increase in Eastern European fighters, and also quite a few from Central America sort of fighting out via Spain. We've had quite a few guys, Nicaragua, Panamanians, on our shows the last few months. As you say, certain weights are crying out for more opponents. I thought it was interesting that both guys in the main event have fought Brett Fido numerous times between them, because there are so few down at those lower weights. Good work from Gold there as Alexandrov looks to clinch and slow the action down.
Very elusive from Gold. He was moving his feet quite nice, Paul, wasn't taking any shots, and that's what we want to see more of, especially as he moves up the levels.
Yeah, and I think he can throw a little bit more caution with that with the right hand, because there's very little coming back from Alexandrov's left. He's relying on kind of wide haymakers, and again a good left hand at Gold, just as we say that.
Again, it'd be nice to see Gold step on the gas a little bit, just empty the tank, see what Alexandrov's got left. Chips away at the body twice. Alexandrov waves him on. Lovely counter shot by Gold again, lovely head movement, very elusive.
Yep, Alexandrov just clips with a little left hand right at the end of the exchange, but definitely Gold's exchange.
Good performance from Gold here. I think he'll learn a lot from this performance and this kind of opponent who has come to have a go and pose some problems.
Yeah, it's the cliche of the learning fight, and that's what these are. You're dealing with someone who's tricky and awkward, stands square on, leads with his head at times, and all valuable experience for him. That's a good right hand to end the round.
Well, it's been action-packed for his crowd, and lovely flurry of shots from Gold. But Alexandrov's tough as they come. Great performance, great fight.
Yeah, good flurry to end that one. Alexandrov sort of waving that on a little bit. He'll be back out fighting next week or the week after, I'm sure.
Getting his next paycheck. Kudos to Alexandrov, great performance. But Liam Gold, too big, too strong, and too smart in the end.
I always enjoy Alexandrov's corner. I've seen minimal instruction during the fight, and then he gets a rollicking normally at the end. It's a hard world being in the away corner. As always, once again, a massive shout out to Jobsworth Recruitment, as well as all the sponsors, but those are the guys responsible for our stream this evening, so you can all enjoy this massive British title fight. Huge thank you to the guys there, supporting BCB for a number of years. Really great company, and great to have them on board.
Ladies and gentlemen, your appreciation, please, for both boxers. Thank you. Our referee has scored the contest 40-36 for the winner in the corner.
Great performance from Liam Gold. He'll learn a lot from that against Alexandrov, who came to give him and pose a lot of problems. gave him a lot to think about during the fight.
Absolutely. 40 points to 36 victory for Gold. Moves on to 3-0. We are one fight closer to our massive main event.
Liam, congratulations. You must be delighted with that performance.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I felt I was in control of the full fight, so can't ask for much more.
And he's some boy at times, isn't he, Peter Alexandrov?
Yeah,
and he can whack at times as well, can't he?
Got involved with him a few too many times, but you know, we got through it. I felt I'd come out on top on the majority of them, so.
And it's better to have that kind of test, I'd imagine. You now move to 3-0, but it's better to have that type of test earlier on in your career, because if you make mistakes, Alexandrov at times will make you pay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Obviously, I had a few journeymen that come to survive, but he works, doesn't he? Comes, earns his money.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think at times your superior fitness showed as well as the rounds went on. So you must be pleased with the camp that you've had for this one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's been faultless, really. I haven't had no injuries. Sparring's been going well. So it's been a good camp.
Moving to that hat-trick of pro victories, what does the rest of 2023 hold in store for Liam Gold?
I'd like to be busy. 5 or 6 fights, hopefully, by the end of the year. Start stepping up around, maybe my next one, maybe the one after, to 6, and then we see where we go from there. But hopefully, I just want to be busy this year.
I'd imagine you're inspired by that top of the bill clash for the British and Commonwealth title. Is that something that one day you want to be here at Dudley Town Hall competing for?
Oh yeah, definitely. Everyone dreams of winning the British belt, and I'd love to do it myself.
In terms of that main event, have you got any predictions?
I'd like to see IJAZ do it. You know, he's the home lad, he's in my stable, so it'd be nice to see him win.
Liam, thanks for your time. Well done tonight.
Roy Jones Jr. £50, I'm looking to start. No takers? No. Next one, Carl Froch, signed glove. Actually signed last weekend, this was. Carl Froch. I'm looking for £80 for this. £80, start me off. Carl Froch, signed glove in a presentation box. £80 I'm looking for to start. £80 anywhere? 80? Yes? Yeah, £80 I got. 90 I'm looking for. £80 I got, I'm looking for 90. Don't wave, I'll take it as a bid. 90 quid I'm looking for. £90 anywhere? 80 I've got. I'm looking for 90. Carl Froch, signed last weekend. No, didn't make the reserve, I'm sorry. If you still want it, come and see Roger down at the front and see what he'll do, see if he'll do a deal with you, okay? Right, this one is a glove in a case. It will be dual signed by boxers tonight, IJAZ AHMED and MARCEL Braithwaite, will sign it. Both of them. They've already signed it. Oh, they've already signed it. Right, who's going to give me 50 quid for this? A signed glove. IJAZ and MARCEL. Top of the bill tonight. Here, they've signed a glove. They've put it in a presentation case. We're looking for £50. £50 anywhere? Where? £50 I've got. 60? £60. 50 I've got. I'm looking for 60. £60 I'm looking for. £60 anywhere. 60, 60, 70 up there? No, 60 I've got. Looking for £70. With the case. 2 boxers fighting top of the bill tonight for the British and Commonwealth Championship. £70 I'm looking for. I've got 60, I'm looking for 70. Going once at 60. Twice. Sold to the gentleman. What number is your table? What's table number?
We're joined by Telford prospect BCB's very own Macaulay Owen. Macaulay, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, it's good to be here.
Looking at tonight's top of the bill, that British and Commonwealth title, how do you see that going?
Yeah, it's exciting. Obviously, it's sport. IJAZ, like, I hope he does really well. He's strong and he's tough, so I think he'd be too tough for the lad, to be honest. I think he's going to press him. The other lad's good, don't get me wrong, he's sharp, but yeah, I'm rating IJAZ.
So you're at an early stage of your career, but that British and Commonwealth, certainly the British, that Lord Lonsdale belt, it's a belt that all boxers want, and I'd imagine you're no different.
Trust me, yeah, it's coming. It's coming home soon.
Next up for you, you're fighting on the Nathan Heaney card in your hometown of Telford next week. So looking forward to that one?
Yeah, definitely, man. It's exciting times to be on in Telford again. Last one was in Telford, so this one is in Telford. Hopefully, next one will be in Telford. It's a good little base for us to be. I mean, it's bringing boxing to Telford, which is what we need.
I know Shiny, you'll obviously know a lot more about him than maybe you, but I'll put you on the spot. How much do you know about Flores, the Mexican that you're in with next week?
Yeah, not a lot. I watched a little bit. There's a bit of footage on YouTube of him. I had a little look, like, don't get me wrong, but you know, you got to fight with everything in front of you. They got to deal with it on the day. Someone might show some on YouTube, show some else on the day. So got to be smart in boxing, and you like, you know, adapt as you go. Depends what's in front of you on the day. So I'm confident anyway. Like, I've seen a little bit of him. I'm confident in my ability. We've been working a few things on the inside as well, so I'm good boxing long, and I feel like that's where I normally stay. But this time, you know, we're getting in close, we're like roughing up as well. So I'm looking forward to getting in there and show people what we've been working on.
You've certainly got those levels to go all the way in the game. We know that you're one of our most exciting prospects. But in terms of this year, are you looking at going in that traditional route, Midlands, English? Is that the route you want to go down?
Yeah. I keep getting questioned that, but definitely Midlands first. Like, it's a proud thing for me. The Midlands, that's where I'm from. That's where I grew up. That's where, you know, it's pride in the Midlands, even right from the amateurs. There's a lot of pride in winning the amateur Midlands. So, you know, no different for me in the professional game. If I can get the more titles I can win along the line, like, it's what counts.
I know Errol Johnson's one of the best matchmakers in the game, but I think he might struggle to get you a Midlands opponent though, Macaulay. That's my only concern.
Nah, it's exciting in the Midlands at the minute. There's a lot of prospects coming through, so like there's a few under barrels, a few kicking about at Birmingham way as well. So it's exciting times in the Midlands. I'm sure someone will take it, won't they?
Let's hope so, Macaulay. I'm not too sure. You might have to miss that step on your way up that journey.
Whoever takes it, I feel sorry for him, but yeah, someone will take it.
Macaulay, thanks for your time. Best of luck next weekend. Thanks a lot.
Braithwaite's good, you know. So Ahmed, IJAZ AHMED, then we're off to prepare. That Braithwaite steps in 2 weeks ago. We went the weights in it, never been the weight.
You got boxed that, right? Who's top of the bill at Albert? What's that for? That just
WBA something. One of them continentals, you know.
who else is on?
Cunningham, Jason Cunningham. Super bantamweight. Kane, Andrew. He's a super bantam as well. WBC, something silver. WBO, the girl, I don't know what problem it is now. WBC, 4 times. You want it? You on the show?
No, I can't do it.
I don't know who's on it.
Yeah, I can't. I said to Warren, it's the worst month for me.
Presenting the bottle of champagne to MJ. So.
He's done well, hasn't he?
Ladies and gentlemen, our third bout this evening is a super welterweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds. Please welcome to the blue corner, making his 100th professional appearance from Brierley Hill, MJ Hall. Please welcome to the red corner, making his professional debut from Cannock, Zach Evans. Super welterweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the blue corner, wearing the black and grey shorts, weighing in at 10 stone, 13 pound, 12 ounces, making his 100th professional appearance from Brierley Hill, MJ Hall. And in the red corner, wearing the black and white shorts, weighing in at 11 stone or 1 pound and 10 ounces, making his professional debut from Cannock, Zach Evans. For 3-minute rounds, your referee Ryan Churchill.
Third fight of the evening, Zach Evans. And as you say, Adam, in with MJ Hall, his 100th professional bout, an incredible achievement.
I hate to say it, Paul, I think this is going to be a tough night for MJ Hall. Evans is one hell of a fighter, ABA semi-finalist, kickboxer. You're probably going to tell us that yourself, but this is going to be a hard night in the office for MJ Hall, and I hate to see it because he's a friend of mine and I've been on the circuit with him for a while.
Evans making his professional debut. As you say, Adam, a former kickboxer, our second one of the evening, boxing out of the Huntington Kickboxing Adrenaline gyms in his hometown of Brown Hills. So growing up in Cannock, so knows the area well. Good amount of support in here for him. He was living in York as an amateur, so he's boxed in a few different gyms. He was at the Legions Club, beating Joe Garside, now decent professional Joe Garside, in one of his amateur bouts. Ended up with a record of 19 fights, 15 wins.
He was explaining to me, Paul, because of his kickboxing background of 30 fights, they converted to 30 wins and or 23 wins at 23. So he was chucked straight in at the deep end as an amateur, straight in the elites and straight to the semi-finals, won 3 Yorkshire titles. He's a fantastic prospect.
Yeah, and like so many of the prospects on these shows, he works full-time. Works for SIY Scaffolding. Was an electrician by trade, but he's had a bit of a switch in job. Very physical job. And he looks in good nick against MJ Hall, who's boxing out of that southpaw stance. He will switch. He will fight quite square at times. MJ, a real master of the defensive fighter. As I always say whenever he fights, I don't bet or gamble, but yeah, one of the few times I did was on MJ Hall to last the distance with Adam Azim's brother, which he did at an absolute canter.
He's a tough man. And again, Evans out of the Pro Park gym, and obviously Paul Goff in his corner. who have produced Ryan Aston against, they produced a number of top pros over the years, and Evans looks to be the next one on the conveyor belt.
Yep, Evans in there. For those just joining the stream, in the black shorts with the white piping. MJ Hall in the all black with the grey sides. And MJ, 300th fight, I do think sometimes generally when they have these sort of marquee or landmark fights, it gives them that little bit more spur, a little bit more inspiration. You want to give a good account of himself this evening. I know he's not one for stats, but 100 fights, he's very, very impressive. Not many journeymen get to that level.
Well, it's some going, especially in the way that he is. He still talks well, he moves around well, doesn't ship a lot of punishment, a lot of it's on his guard, and he ducks and he dives and he gets out of the way. But if he's superstitious, Paul, if he has one more, he'll probably be going for 200 rather than 100.
Yeah, and that's Evans' challenge. He's fighting against someone who creates a very small target. Again, tucks his arms in really nicely. First round already in the bank.
But he's getting good rounds in the bank tonight, Paul, against MJ. He'll be hitting a brick wall, so he'll be able to practice what he's been doing in the gym a lot. And again, he said he's been sparring Liam Gold, Owen Cooper, his main sparring partners, those two. Obviously, Owen Cooper, the current Midlands welterweight champion, so superb sparring there with a former ABA quarter-finalist as well, so on the same kind of levels. And then he's obviously been doing a bit of Andy Owen, he said, so he's been really mixing his sparring up, Paul, for his debut in his camp.
Yeah, the gyms in this part of the world are really busy. Obviously, we've got our own big gym in BCB in Wednesbury, but there's plenty of others. There's the boxing in the Midlands has always been popular, and we're starting to see as well some of the big shows coming to our part of the world, some of the biggest promoters in the game, but BCB consistently put on more shows in the area than anybody else. But it's always good to notice that and getting our guys opportunities. Tyler Denny, who's going to next be out on their May the 6th show, headlined by Joshua Boazzi's recent move over to Sky Sports and Boxer, but Tyler will get a good fight on that one. He will get a shot at the British title one day. As I said to him, he's no more eliminators, just wait for his chance now.
Yeah, Midlands boxing seems to be booming again since the days of when Eggington was headlining in year 5s back in 2016, 15, 18, that kind of era.
Promoter Errol Johnson for tonight's show was on Matthew Macklin's podcast, and he was talking about that. He said that there's often a bit of a crest of a wave of times, and at the minute we're there with ourselves, with the likes of Liam Davis, Tyler Denny. I see IJAZ Ahmed for that British title later on. Good right uppercut there from Evans.
Superb lateral movement from Evans there.
Yep, moving his head well as well, keeping a constant target.
Again, MJ Hall came from the white collar background, and it's amazing to see him at 100 fights, because for a man who had 2 or 3 white collars, I think he's still going strong.
Yeah, going strong, and it's because he does it smart. As I say there, he got caught a little bit off balance, but his right hand went straight up, knowing that counter shot could be coming. And as I say, some journeymen do come out of the ring and they look like they've been hit by a car, but MJ always looks in good nick. He's had a couple of tough fights recently that I've seen live, but he always provides a good test for any prospect.
Yeah, and Evans is getting a test tonight. He's able to let his shots go and practice what he's been working on in the gym.
Just for the comments in the chat, the main event is after this one. So this card was originally scheduled for 5, but we have lost one of the Midlands title fights. Joe Hughes pulling out injured. So just the one more, this fight to go, and then we're up to our main event.
Be good to see Evans step on the gas a little bit more, up the tempo.
Yeah, that's what he needs to get his fans into it as well, isn't it? He needs to get a couple of those eye-catching shots off just to get the momentum back on his side. Again, just falling short with that right hand.
Superb lateral movement. It would just be nice to see him a bit busier with his shot selection and letting his hands go a bit more, because MJ Hall is there to hit, albeit he's a bit more lively this round.
Yeah, his timing was a little bit off there, Evans. He landed a shot on Hall's shoulder. He saw the shot he was looking for straight down the pipe, but again, that's just good movement from Hall. Two rounds in the bank. So Zach, who works alongside his partner in that scaffolding firm. I think my wife would leave me if she had to work with me 9 till 5, but if it works for them.
I think I'm with you on that, Paul. I think I'd be divorced within a week. I just want to see Evans a bit more lively this round, letting his hands go, and a bit more purpose in his shots.
Corners 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 3.
Third round of this one, scheduled for 4. Zach Evans with 2 rounds in the bank. It's been a slightly low action affair, but it's the challenge of fighting someone like MJ Hall, who's making his 100th professional boxing fight.
He's come out with a bit more purpose in his shots now, and he's letting his hands go. It looks like there's a bit more venom behind them.
Yeah,
so whatever he's been told during a minute break.
Yeah, 3 left hooks to the body. As much as MJ played that away, that generally lets you know that the shot's landed.
Yeah, a bit of skullduggery from MJ Hall, but 9 times out of 10 you know that those shots are hurting you if you're giving the bravado about it.
Yeah, loose left hand there from Hall, but he's moving so well there to avoid that left hand from Evans in return. The right uppercut falls wide as well, but he has some success with the shot to the body.
He's got a superb shot selection, Evans. I would just like to see him vary the power, because sometimes it almost looks like he's just touching it, but very, very just touching it slightly. Be good to see him touch a couple, then whip a few in.
Yep, so he looks in good shape as well. I say he's not looking to clinch or slow the action down at all. Lands a good uppercut there.
MJ Hall grimacing or smiling, not too sure. Bit of blood around the nose.
Yep. A common theme of MJ's fights at times. Hooks left hand to the body, and that nice uppercut there through the middle.
Superb shot selection from Evans tonight. It would be nice to see when he does bring it up, go round to the body, maybe double it up to the body, but
yeah, it can be a very effective punch against the southpaw, the uppercut. Again, it's a small target, but often southpaws tend to lean the head forward a little bit more, don't they, leaving themselves a little bit more open to that shot.
Yeah, when they're leaning over their front foot. And again, if you've got a solid jab, you can nullify a southpaw's work.
Yeah, I think Evans is looking for that uppercut. Good little chopping left hand to the body. And he's managing to work his way out of the clinches as well. He's not being slowed down by MJ.
Yeah, he's definitely learning a few new tricks tonight against MJ Hall. He's going to be learning things that probably sparring partners haven't done against him. Spoiling, holding, trying to manoeuvre around the ring.
Yeah, another nice uppercut inside.
But again, you don't often get a clean target against MJ Hall. He tucks up well.
Yeah, often a lot of shoulder shots. Rarely takes much clean to the body. It's been a physical encounter. MJ looking to, when his mouth's open sometimes, he's gasping for a little bit of air as this one comes to the end of the third round.
I did speak to Zach Evans, and he did say he's got ambitions for obviously the domestic route, Midlands, English, British and Commonwealth, European. He didn't stop there. He said, world honours is where he wants to go. So he's got high ambitions, and his first stop is MJ Hall, and so far it's been a faultless performance.
Yeah, MJ with bleeding a little bit out of the nose. Matt Sturgis taking care of him in the corner. We are getting that bit closer to our huge main event. IJAZ AHMED, MARCEL Braithwaite, the British and Commonwealth Super Flyweight title.
I'd like to see Evans come out with a bit more, even more ambition really, Paul, and really try and stamp his authority on his debut. It's been faultless so far. It'd be nice to see him just go through the gears now in this final round.
Starts the round out with a couple of jabs and good left hook to the body.
Again, superb shot selection. He's varying head and body.
Nice right hand down the middle as well.
And superb angles there.
It's busyness, but it's effective busyness. That's what he needs to do. MJ's going to look to lean and slow the action down with a good left hand. Stunned MJ temporarily.
But against these tough journeymen, when you do manage to stun him, Paul, you have to then jump on him and then try and go again. One shot won't be enough to take people like MJ Hall out. You've got to chip away, bit by bit. But obviously it'd be nice to see MJ Hall complete his 100th fight.
Yeah, that blood pouring from MJ's nose again. Does affect your breathing, does affect your movement, and your stamina, but he's holding up well, keeping a nice tight guard. He's going to look to do this now at every opportunity, isn't he, Adam? Slow the action down.
And just eat away at those minutes, at those seconds. He's been in with just about everyone, MJ Hall. The last time I saw him was actually I took him down to the fight in Wales against Rashid Omar, I think his name was, and he's now the Welsh champion of welterweight. So he's been in with everyone, MJ Hall.
MJ just caught on the turn there. The referee stopping the action. That's good movement that from Evans, isn't it, Adam? Covered the space really well, landed a decent right hand.
Just very slick, very agile. And he closes the space down very quickly, but when he does his work, he's quick to get out again. And
I think we're seeing the difference between sort of that more, like I said, the amateur pedigree you mentioned earlier, that sort of schooling of movement and footwork compared to what we saw in the previous fight.
Well, yeah, we've got in Zach Evans, we've got an ABA semi-finalist who's been in with some of the country's best. Again, a kickboxing world champion. He's been in with just about everybody at the amateur level. So he's going to have picked up so many good habits and skills from over the gyms that he's been at. And that's, as you just said, that's showing in the ring now.
Yeah, good defensive work there as he slips the left hand from MJ Hall. Yeah, doubles up that left hand to the body. MJ once again leaning in, looking to sap a few seconds from the round.
Zach Evans piling on the pressure now, and as a debut, if I was his coach, I'd be happy with this. You want to see him do it, you want to see him pile on the pressure. There's not a lot coming back.
Yep, last few seconds this one. Evans has dominated from start to finish, but once again it's been a spirited performance from MJ Hall.
And it's good to see him complete his 100th fight.
Yeah, the doctor just having a quick look at MJ's nose. Good 4 rounds there for Zach Evans.
He'd have learned a lot there, Paul, just in certain situations of how the away fighter like Matt Hall deals with things, slowing up the time, nullifying his work. So it'll be now how he goes back to the gym and works on it with his coaches, and they hopefully develop and move on. And like I said, as he's got big ambitions, he'll want to move quite quickly. And again, when BCB's very own Owen Cooper probably does move on to English, British, and so on, that title will become vacant for the likes of Liam Gold and Zach Evans from Oxford.
As we just await the referee scorecard.
A referee scores the contest 14-36 for your winner. In the red corner, Zach Evans!
Evans takes it, but again a nice bit of appreciation from the crowd for MJ.
And we'd like to welcome into the ring the chairman of the Midlands Area British Boxing Board of Control, just to have a few words with Matthew and make a small presentation. Matt Harris, ladies and gentlemen. This is for Matt on his 100th professional appearance in the ring. going to have a short break before the main event. Sorry, lads. Sorry.
Who do you fancy for the big one?
Zach, congratulations. We spoke about it yesterday. You was really looking forward to it, really excited to get that pro debut out of the way, and now it's done. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel really good. Really enjoyed it in there. Just trying to set up my shots as I was moving around, but he's a tough old cookie. Him. So I'm putting the body shots in. I just like, he's not going to go, but I'm still sinking him, and just trying to be smart with him.
Not that many people hurt Matt Hall, and I think at times tonight you did hurt him, so that's a bit of a badge of honour for someone who's making his debut.
Yeah, I knew it'd be tough to try and slow down because I know he can take it and keep coming. But I was getting with some body shots. I felt him wince a little, and I was like, I'm slowing him down here. So I kept putting him in, and I was like, he's just not going.
We've seen a few guys from a different background tonight. We were speaking earlier about Ryan Griffin, who come from that white collar. You've come from more of a kickboxing background yourself. What are the differences from going from kickboxing to pro boxing?
Well, first of all, you can't kick anyone in boxing. But now, a lot more sitting down on your shots, a bit more firmer in your stance instead of jumping around, trying to set up kicks after punches. Instead, you're tapping with your hands and then trying to blast them with that last shot with your hands instead of your legs.
In terms of nervous energy, was there any tonight?
No, I was feeling really good. We got ready to walk out just before Liam's fight ended, and then we found out there was an interval, so there was a bit of drama there, having to slow down again and get warmed up, but used to that from being an amateur. Intervals coming every now and then, but felt great, felt confident, was ready now.
You put on a really good performance, it was great to see. What does the rest of 2023 hold in store?
Hoping to get at least 3 more fights this year, just getting my building year out of the way, learning the game as we've gone from amateur to professional, and then hopefully end of next year, maybe middle of next year, start trying to push on for 10 rounders and title fights.
Zach, really looking forward to the journey. Well done tonight.
Cheers, Dan. Thank you.
Top man. Young Matthew.
Young Dan.
100 up. How you feeling, mate?
Another day in paradise, mate. Nice and easy, so yeah, all good.
In terms of Zach, where would you place him in that 100 list?
I'd probably say, middle of the road. Had tougher nights, had easier nights, good footwork. So probably if I was him, I'd probably go down the weight. Don't really carry much at welter, but yeah, all right.
We've been speaking to a lot of the guys tonight about different journeys in boxing. So we've had those guys who've come from kickboxing, had stellar amateur careers. We've got yourself who come from white collar. I know that you carry a lot of that, people writing you off in you. You spoke about it to the crowd now.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you'd turn pro? And if you did turn pro, that you'd be sat here after 100 of them?
No, definitely not. I mean, when I got with the missus, I wasn't even thinking of boxing. And then I said, yeah, I'll do a couple of charity, a couple of white collar. And then sparred Kev in the white collar, and he was like, I was 14 stone at the time. He was like, get your weight down, you're tough, you'll see. And I was like, nah, but here I am. So
In terms of out of those 100, we spoke about tough nights, easy nights, middle of the road nights. What's your toughest night been, mate?
not because of his power, but Harlem Eubank was up there. I couldn't land a glove on him for 6 rounds. He was just so quick. So yeah, I'd probably put him up there. So, and that's Stephen McKenna. You know what? I'd fight him again tomorrow. I broke my wrist in the first round, and he shouldn't have stopped. I don't know how he's stopping people, to be honest, but that's another story.
It's not like you to call people out, mate, but you're live on BCB YouTube, and you want the McKenna rematch, so let's get it on.
Too right. Nice and easy. When he gets his loss, which he will, I'll be there.
And then in terms of the BCB team, there's obviously a lot made of when we're on the left-hand side of the card. When we're on the big shows, we end up on the right-hand side of the card. But without the likes of yourself, British boxing, you're the backbone of it, aren't you? I think you are, mate.
I just see it as like I said, another day in the office. But yeah, thanks again to you guys and all the lads that travel up. And it's not just me travelling up and down. It's the likes of Matt Sturgis, Ben Wilkes, Errol. It's the likes of them lads every week that come with me. So thank you.
Matt, thanks for the journey so far. Cheers. Here's to another 100, mate. Top man. Thanks a lot. Cheers, guys. fights in Thailand. Pop you there. Closer, come into me. Right in, right. Paul, straight off the plane from Thailand, straight to Dudley Town Hall, mate. Have you had a good holiday, first and foremost?
Amazing holiday, but I weren't missing this for the world. I just made it in the nick of time, and with the Commonwealth on the line now as well, it's massive. It's massive. British title fight for BCB. Come on, IJAZ.
Obviously, he's been in camp for some time. We've had the disappointment of the Casey Kadami fights falling through, but to be here in Dudley Town Hall on the cusp of that British and Commonwealth title on a small hall show, it's what BCB is all about.
It is, and it's just an amazing feeling, and I just can't wait to for IJAZ to do the business today. It's a big fight. It's a big ask because Braithwaite ain't no joke. He's a good fighter, and it's going to be one hell of a fight, and the new IJAZ AHMED. I can't wait.
In terms of that flight, tell the listeners at home where you started the day and how many hours you've been on a plane just to be here.
I've been on the plane for like nearly 16 hours now, guys. Yeah, I stopped in Dubai as well and then come back over, straight back over here. So I've just made it, but by the grace of God, I made it. Yeah, made it done.
Well, last week we had Ricky Summers winning that English title, and tonight, as we say, we're on the cusp of a British and Commonwealth coming back to the gym. The good times keep rolling for BCB.
100%. Well, he was supposed to be on the 3rd just before I went, and then obviously got changed, and then Errol, yourself, the whole team all got together, and they sorted out. We managed to get it here in Dudley Town Hall, and by the grace of God, let's get the new British champion.
Paul, get back in that dressing room. Thanks for your time. Take care. Thanks, guys.
Hi folks, thanks for tuning in and right ahead for this live stream for this big main event. We have had a very slight delay, so we're looking around I think 10 minutes before the guys make their walks to the ring. As we say, we've had plenty of action this evening. For those watching on the live stream, I think you can rewind and watch the fights that you may well have missed. Plenty of good talent on show this evening already. Liam Gold and Zach Evans picking up wins. Griffiths as well. It's been a good card. As I say, just a few more minutes to go, guys, so do bear with us. And just waiting for the fighters to be ready and everything to be all set. British and Commonwealth title fight on the line. IJAZ AHMED, MARCEL Braithwaite with us shortly. Everyone appreciate your patience on this one. Our main event is just about to get underway. We've been told both fighters are now ready. There's a bit of a delay coming from Braithwaite's corner, but huge fight. And you can understand they've got to make sure that everything's right, all the preparation's okay, they're warmed up, the gloves are on, the wraps are on right. For this huge, huge fight. Massive crossroad fights for both guys. IJAZ Ahmed simply has to win. Massive, massive opportunity for him if he does get the win. And Braithwaite as well, taking it on just a 3 weeks notice, just under 3 weeks notice in fact, but always in good shape, made weight well, plenty of experience boxing the likes of Jay Harris, Sonny Edwards at a title level.
One man they both have in common is Brett Fido, because he's beaten both of these fighters tonight. It's an unusual story to have, a journeyman beating both of these fighters, but Brett Fido, if he wanted to, could have no doubt been a British champion himself.
Yeah, fantastic fighter, one that's always kept busy. Strafes the weights as well, doesn't he, as a journeyman, Brett? He's doesn't always campaign at Superfly. I know he has been lower and regularly campaigned slightly higher. Referee's making his way into the ring. MC's getting ready with all the particulars. And this one is soon to be underway. It's 12 rounds for the British and Commonwealth Super Flyweight Championship. IJAZ Ahmed in Birmingham versus MARCEL Braithwaite. Fights out of Liverpool.
Let's get opinions then, Paul. Who are you picking tonight and how are you picking them?
Well, as always, as a BCB stream, we always want the home fighter to win and do his best. It's going to be a big, big test for Ahmed. The Braithwaite camp are really confident. He's got some good people in his corner, good management team. I spoke to a couple of the journalists from up there in Liverpool, Chris Walker and Elliot Foster. Both gave glowing accounts of Marcel. Grown up in a very, very tough part of Toxteth in Liverpool.
Who are you picking, Paul? You're sitting on the fence.
That's my job. I'll let the fans decide. Put your things in your comments.
I'm going to say it now, Paul. I'm going Marcel Braithwaite points. I want IJAZ Ahmed to win, may I add. I just think Braithwaite will pull it off tonight.
Haywood's Transport, RJS Refining, Blue Chili, RDX, Wellborn Grandpa and the Village Hotel. Our main event of the evening for the vacant British and Commonwealth Super Flyweight title to be decided over 12 3-minute rounds. Please welcome to the blue corner from Liverpool, Marcel Braithwaite. Please welcome to the red corner from Birmingham, IJAZ Ahmed. Ladies and gentlemen, for the vacant British and Commonwealth Super Flyweight title to be decided over 12 3-minute rounds, sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control and the Commonwealth Boxing Council. Our steward in charge from the British Boxing Board of Control, Matt Harris. Our supervisor from the Commonwealth Boxing Council, Debbie Down. Our judges from Liverpool, Mark Lyson. From Birmingham, Terry O'Connor. And from Newark-on-Trent, Kevin Parker. Inspectors, Richard Parsons and Jamie Reynolds. Our timekeeper from Shrewsbury, Tony Dunkley. And our referee from Bury, A-star, John Latham. Introducing in the blue corner, wearing the red and black shorts, weighing in at 8 stone at 2 pound 9 ounces. His record of 3 losses, 14 wins, from Liverpool, MARCEL Braithwaite. And in the red corner, wearing the grey shorts, weighing in at 8 stone at 2 pound 6 ounces. His record reads 2 losses, 2 draws and 10 wins, 1 by way of knockout, from Birmingham, IJAZ AHMED. 12 3-minute rounds, your referee, John Latham.
So here we go, it's main event time. British and Commonwealth Super Flyweight titles up for grabs. IJAZ AHMED, white shorts, versus MARCEL Braithwaite in the black shorts with the red detailing. 12 3-minute rounds. Massive, massive fight here, Adam. Huge anticipation for this one.
Yeah, real 50-50 bout this one. Obviously, IJAZ AHMED coming off the back of 3 draws. For me, this is a much tougher fight.
Yeah, Braithwaite is taking this one on 3 weeks' notice. He's mixed it at a really high level. Come up short in a couple of the biggest fights, but the quality is there. And the big question is going to be, how much of an issue is that late notice? He started really sharply.
Yeah, I mean, he might not have had the opportunity to do the weight correctly, and that could play a massive factor in this fight. But for me, Braithwaite just been in with better opposition, had better wins. I just fancy him to do it tonight, Paul. I hope I'm wrong, so obviously I'm an IJAZ AHMED fan, but
Braithwaite starting quickly. AHMED took him up well there. Braithwaite does throw a lot of big power shots, throws his punches in bunches from low. I think when we've seen him fight previously, that's his style, that's how he does it. And again, for a lot of the people watching this fight who may not have much experience of these smaller guys at Superfly, one thing you do get at him is punches in bunches and bundles of them.
100%. And Braithwaite again just boxing and moving nicely here. For me, he's controlling the tempo here in this opening round.
AHMED keeping a nice tight guard, looking to establish that jab. As I say, not a big power puncher, AHMED, but he does box really nicely. And good movement there and a good right hand over the top.
Yeah, good exchange there by AHMED. I thought that was a good exchange and his first good one of the round.
Braithwaite missing wildly there with the right hand haymaker. AHMED landing a nice little uppercut inside. And again, they're small guys. When AHMED he fights small, fights low, keeps himself really compact.
Braithwaite just being a little bit busier for me at the minute though, Paul. He's landing shots and, like you said, punches in bunches. He's throwing and landing 3s and 4s. AHMED not throwing enough for me, and a nice long range left hook from Braithwaite there.
And as we said in the introduction to this one, because of the weight class the way it is, massive, massive opportunities for the winner. It's not just about the British and Commonwealth title. The last 5 champions at British level have all gone on to win at World Honours. Some huge fights, some big paydays potentially ahead. But first we've got to get through this one. It's been a lively opener. AHMED with some cute work there inside. Good little left hook to the body. Draws some applause by Errol Johnson in his corner.
Lovely right hook to the body. I thought AHMED was just starting to come alive then a bit, and the last minute, but Braithwaite fired a nice lead right hook to the body.
Better there from Ahmed with the jab. Fell a little bit short with the right hand, but lands a good left hand inside and a nice right over the top. So big pressure on both guys.
Nice left hook. I've got a Braithwaite round for me. That's a 10-9 round for Braithwaite, Paul. Don't know how you're scoring this.
Yep, solid opener from the Liverpool man. But Ahmed won't be unnerved by that. I think it's been a competitive opening round. We know Ahmed's here for the 12-round game.
How did you score the opening round, Paul?
It was close. I think Braithwaite did nick it. I think his work rate earlier in the first sort of half a minute of the fight could have nicked in the fight, but I don't think Ahmed would have been deterred from that.
No, I think Ahmed came back into the second half of the fight and then he just gave it away with a couple of... He allowed Braithwaite to throw some lead hooks, body and head, and just catch him to probably steal the round and cement it for him.
Ahmed with a very, very experienced corner. Errol Johnson and Paul Mann in there. Paul Mann, who I thought was still in Thailand this morning, but he's made it back. He said he wouldn't miss this one for the world. Second round of this one. Braithwaite again looking to start the round quickly, a little right hand over the top. And Ahmed's got to work his way into these rounds earlier on, hasn't he, Adam? He can't afford to lose the first minute and he's ended up chasing his tails.
I think he's just been a bit slow with his feet, Paul. He's not really taking his feet in behind his punches, and Braithwaite is, and Braithwaite's boxing nicely at the minute. The opener again, everything he throws is landing at the minute. Lovely jab, sharp jab.
Ahmed looks solid on his feet though. He leads a nice left foot, gives himself plenty of space in. He just needs to be busy and look to get off first as he tries to do that, landing the jab and he slips Braithwaite's return. Bit of a feeling right hand there from Ahmed. So he just misses with that double jab, but lands a good right hand inside.
That's better work from Ahmed. When he's in there, he's got to take his feet in rather than punching from out of range.
Yeah, best punch of the fight so far. Ahmed's also doing a little bit of cute work on the referee's blind side there, using his shoulder to lift into Braithwaite.
Lovely triple jab by Braithwaite though, boxes his way back in, and then Ahmed returns.
Yeah, Braithwaite holding and hitting there. Referee possibly needs to have a look at that. Yeah, good right hand. Both men exchanging good shots here. It was billed as a competitive fight and it has been that so far.
Braithwaite quite cute defensively at times. Ahmed needs to put the pressure on him now.
Yeah, good combination there from Ahmed. Good movement off the ropes. You get the sense that Braithwaite wants to control that middle of the ring. That's going to be a huge part of the battle tonight. Who holds centre ring? Ahmed with a little left hook on his step back. Again, just dropping that shoulder into Braithwaite's chin. Nice short little right hand over the top.
It's getting quite scrappy inside there, Paul. Both fighters using the shoulder, nudging each other off, hitting on the blind side.
It is. We've got shoulder work from Ahmed and Braithwaite holding and hitting. The referee's going to be kept busy this evening.
I just think at the minute Braithwaite doing the cleaner work for me. If I had to choose one who's doing the cleaner work, it's Braithwaite.
Yep. Ahmed staying busy.
Lovely lead left hook again.
Yeah, that left hand is having some success from Braithwaite. Again, he's switch hitting.
Some lovely body work from IJAZ there.
Yeah, good point scoring shots from IJAZ and the crowd react to it. I think Braithwaite does better when he's in that orthodox stance. I think he's open to the body when he switches southpaw. He's just stand quite square on. Both men trading shots at the end of this round.
Good second round for both fighters there. I've given it a Braithwaite round, Paul, but I'd be happier if I was in IJAZ's corner. I think Braithwaite's starting to, he looks like he's breathing heavy already into the second round, but I've given that another Braithwaite round, but I'd be a very happy man if I was in IJAZ's corner.
Yeah, good point from Southside Boxing in the YouTube comments, saying Marcel needs to try and save something for later, or he could get undone. He started at a very, very high pace, and it is a 12-round fight. It's a distance that Ahmed is familiar with and comfortable doing. Can Braithwaite keep this up?
That's going to be the interesting factor. The 3 week notice. It all depends on obviously when he's how much preparation he's got. Our very own Kyle Williams has got it 1-1. I'm giving it 2-0 to Braithwaite, just based on the cleaner work. For me, it all depends on how much Braithwaite had to take into that 3-week period of notice, Paul. How much took out of the body, what he's had to do in that 3 weeks.
Yeah, hard rounds to score, but there's some huge experience in the 3 judges sat ringside. Terry O'Connor, obviously a man who's been involved or been ringside for numerous world title fights, British title fights, European titles. And again, that lead left hand, just having that little bit of success there for Braithwaite, and another good left hook to the body.
And very elusive after he throws a shot. He's moving his head, then he's firing again, and that's where he's getting a bit of success against IJAZ Ahmed. I'd like to see IJAZ put a bit more pressure on and then work away.
Yeah, he's not being deterred so far though, Ahmed. He's not showing really any signs of frustration.
Both fighters landing good shots.
Braithwaite with the right hand there looks a little bit low on the belt line, but a good left hand over the top. It's just something for Ahmed to work out as he switches southpaw himself. Again, I think it's an option to try and avoid that left hand.
Both boys scoring shots inside. It's hard to call it inside.
Yeah, I think when it's inside, when it's scrappier, that suits Ahmed more. As much as he's the more naturally the boxer, he's having a little bit more success in the clinches. When Braithwaite's being able to lead off on the punches, it's not doing Ahmed any favours. He needs to make this a rough and dirty one.
Lovely lead left hook again. The most noticeable shots are coming from Braithwaite, although IJAZ is putting on a bit of pressure.
And Ahmed switching southpaw again to try and avoid that left hand, but he ships a huge punch there. He took it well, and he comes firing back with his own jab. Just needs to work on controlling the pace here, Ahmed, and get the fight back more into his style. Braithwaite guilty, maybe looking for that single shot. Ahmed's got to present a harder target to hit.
Again, quite elusive from Braithwaite. Both lads landing, but the bigger shots coming from Braithwaite.
That's a massive shot there from Braithwaite. Ahmed looked hurt there. He's regained his feet well, but that was a big shot. Right hand there, that was from Braithwaite, as opposed to the left that he's having success with. It's been an impressive start from the Liverpool fighter. Ahmed digs in a good left hand to the body.
And Braithwaite catch, and he's whipping in the body shots, and he'll start chipping away at Ahmed here.
He's expelling a lot of energy, Braithwaite. A lot of power being thrown behind these punches. The right hand looked like it may have landed behind the head. Ahmed with a good right hook in
Lovely
return
from Ahmed, bringing it up and around, but Braithwaite's coming back.
That's what he's got to do. He's got to fight fire with fire here a little bit, Ahmed. And he's doing well, but he's sunk a little bit on the ropes and he's catching a couple of shots, but working really well to the body.
It's a hard round to call, Paul. I'm going to have to give it a Braithwaite again. I just think the shots, the most noticeable shots are coming from Braithwaite. I've given it another 10-9 round to Braithwaite.
Yeah, Braithwaite had a little bit of a smile as he came back to his corner there. It's right in front of our position.
But we're 25% of the way through the fight now, Paul. It's IJAZ Ahmed's opportunity to put the pressure on him and try and break him down slowly but surely. That's what's needed in my opinion, but I'm sure Errol Johnson, Paul Mann, the team will be giving him this information.
Yeah, and I think the general consensus was Braithwaite was always going to start the fastest, and he was likely to have started a couple of rounds up. Let's just see if they can make those adjustments like you say in Ahmed's corner. He's been caught with a couple of single big shots, but still in there. Fourth round of this one, scheduled for 12. British and Commonwealth Super Flyweight title. Good start to the round for me, just lands a decent shot there on Braithwaite. Braithwaite winding his punches up there a little bit. Again, expelling big energy throwing those haymaker shots. And this is where Ahmed comes into his own.
This is where Ahmed needs to be, but a good body shot back from Braithwaite, although Ahmed's caught him with a couple of good body shots this round.
Yeah, it's the volume of punches versus the single heavy shots. That's the story of the fight so far. Ahmed's got to stay busy. That's really smart work there from Ahmed.
This is a better round from Ahmed, Paul. He's putting more pressure on, he's landing more shots.
Big right hand there from Braithwaite. It's hard to tell sometimes quite how the punch looks big, but how well he's taking it. Obviously, both guys very durable. Good right hand return again then from Braithwaite.
I just think Ahmed's chipping away now, Paul, landing more smaller, sharper shots.
Yeah. Braithwaite being a bit more physical with Ahmed, kind of manhandling him a little bit there, but again, if Ahmed can just walk this down, take these shots, he's the busier fighter. He looks the fitter fighter as well.
Definitely busy this round, Paul. He's landing more shots and chipping away at him. Braithwaite whipping in the bigger shots, but to no effect.
Yeah. Good return there from both men, both exchanging body shots. Good right hand to the body there from Braithwaite. A nice jab from Ahmed.
Ahmed catching some of these, the majority of these punches he's catching this round. And then fires back with his own counter jab. Definitely an IJAZ Ahmed round, and hopefully this can be the turning point for him.
Yeah, a little bit of lazy working there from Braithwaite, who kept his left hand up and took a couple of jabs. Good work inside from Ahmed again. Braithwaite defending well to those shots to the body, tucking his elbows in nicely, but starting to get caught a little bit this round.
Yeah, I think notice Braithwaite starting to not unravel, might be the wrong word, but he's definitely starting to show a few errors.
Yeah, he was allowed to push against the rope. Referee allowed that to continue.
Did land a good left hook then. I'll still give it an Ahmed round because he's landing the volume of the shots. But then he's just copped a monster lead left hook. He's let Braithwaite back into the round.
Yeah, looks a little bit unsteady there. Ahmed needs to get back on his boxing. Braithwaite just winding up, looking for that one big single shot at him. You can see he throws almost everything from the hip. And again,
lands another good, massive overhand right, and then a body shot. For me, Paul, I've got to give that a 10-10 round. He allowed Braithwaite back into the fight. I don't know what you're going to say.
Yeah, again, it's the story of the fight. Every round has almost been the same. It's the volume of punches from Ahmed, the more accurate the need to work, but Braithwaite is just keep coming back with these large single shots. Ahmed managed to slip that left hand, but really well, and then walked onto the right in return. Really, really interesting fight, this one.
It's a great fight, Paul, great fight.
Wakas Ahmed in the comments mentioned about the referee allowing Marcel to push and hold so much. I think certainly that push against the ropes was the start of a shot being unravelling.
I've got it 40-37 at the minute to Braithwaite.
Yeah, just once again, for all those guys tuning in, enjoying this stream, it wouldn't be possible without our chief sponsor this evening, Jobsworth Recruitment. Massive thank you for those for making this possible, making the show free to air for everybody to watch online. One of the only shows in the country, certainly the only show being streamed in the country this evening. As we head to round 5, Adam, it's been a really exciting one.
It's been a cracking bout so far tonight, Paul, and it's hard to see how this is going to unravel. I think IJAZ is starting to come into it a bit more now. He looks a little bit more lively. Braithwaite always starts quick, Paul.
He does, he just gets those first 15-20 seconds. He lands a significant punch, and you've got to end the round strong for the judges, but also start the round strong just to get their attention. And Ahmed can't let him lose the battle of the jabs. If Braithwaite starts out jabbing him, he's really going to have a long evening.
100% agree, Paul. It'd be nice to see Ahmed chipping away and punching his chest, his body, not just trying to chase him around the ring, swinging at him.
As I said, Ahmed on his record, not a noted power puncher, but he's selecting his shots well. Braithwaite just has that little bit more dig, that little bit more rip to his punches, but the home crowd really willing IJAZ on. Yeah, good uppercut there, nice left hand to the body there from Ahmed.
Yeah, nice good combination from Ahmed. But it'd be nice to see a bit more, and he's got to take his feet in when he's punching like that, Paul, and then chip away.
Yeah, there's certainly times in the round where Braithwaite looks quite sloppy, and Ahmed's got to capitalise on those when he gets those gaps, when Braithwaite gets caught square on like he has been. As I say, there's certainly less pop in the punches as the round goes on.
Then another good combination, left, overhand right that catches Ahmed. Braithwaite for me again, just doing the more noticeable, but again a close round.
But Ahmed starting to look a little stronger in there. As I say, Braithwaite relying on those single big shots. And much as we said earlier in the programme about not wanting to chase the fighter against the ring, that's what Ahmed is having to do. A good jab there. Scoring punches, that's what he needs. Braithwaite's output certainly slowed as the round's gone on.
Intriguing round 5. He's definitely reserving a bit more energy. Still, Ahmed starting to chip away inside now at the body.
Yeah, nice round over the top as well. Better round for Ahmed, this one.
Yeah, Ahmed round. Great finish to the round here.
Yeah, takes a little left hand on the inside there, but as I say, that seems to be Braithwaite's way. Starts the round strong, finishes strong. The middle's very much up for grabs.
It's a hard one to score that one, Paul. I can't really split him again in that round at the minute.
Yeah, good competitive fight. And the rounds have really flown by. We're into round 6.
Round 6, and again this is when we start to see how much is taken out of Braithwaite. He looked massive on the scales yesterday. He looks even bigger today. Concerns of, you know, how did he get the weight off? Did he have a good 3 weeks training? How far behind was it? All of these factors are going to play a big part in the final 7 rounds or the final 6 rounds of the fight.
Yeah, Ahmed getting some big words in his ear there from Errol Johnson.
Braithwaite straight out, ping, 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 4-5 jabs, straight on a go.
Yeah, but this is better though from Ahmed, holding that centre of the ring earlier in the round. That's what he needs to do.
I agree with you, Paul, and I do agree, and he is holding the centre of the ring, but he's not landing with a lot of shots at the minute, which is worrying me.
Yeah, needs to get off first. That's the shot, jab. That's what he needs to be looking, sit behind the jab. But Braithwaite having success, looking for those openings, looking for those single shots.
That's where Ahmed needs to work away when he's on the ropes.
Yeah, and they're both so busy. I've said these flyweights, super flyweights, they throw an awful lot of punches, often topping out 1,000 punches over the 12 rounds. Some of the guys at world level up to 1,200-1,300 punches. It's an incredible output.
That's better from Ahmed, chipping away now at his body. Braithwaite's starting to slow down there. But he needs to work. When Braithwaite's not working, he needs to start punching.
Yeah, good right hand to the body. A nice little jab there as well. Snaps Braithwaite's head back a little bit. Better work from Ahmed.
I was giving it to Braithwaite the first part of the round, but IJAZ has started to come back into it now. Braithwaite looking a bit tired. Lunging in.
IJAZ is looking very focused. Both men exchanging, nothing particularly clean landing. A shot round the back of the head there from Braithwaite, just falls short. Ahmed leaping a little bit there with that left hand.
Yeah, he seems to be jumping in with some of his shots, Paul. He needs to take his feet in.
Yeah, it's good work there from Ahmed, turned his man off the ropes. That's, again, good footwork. Braithwaite looking a little bit ploddy as the round's gone on.
Yeah, IJAZ is starting to have a bit more success now. He chips away nicely at the body, just screws them in, pop, pop, pop. They might not look like they have a lot of effect, but they will be slowing Braithwaite down. Just chipping away at him. Turns him out.
Yeah. Working away to the body. As I say, Braithwaite leaving that jab hand out. lands a good right hand there. Good round for Ahmed. I think he's clearest round of the fight so far.
Yeah, Ahmed round for me. He's just outworked him and he's a bit more elusive in the shots, maybe where Braithwaite's slowing a little bit. 10-9 round for IJAZ Ahmed for me.
Yeah. Braithwaite took a big deep breath, took his time sitting down on his stool.
$59.57 to Braithwaite for me at the minute after we're halfway through the fight. Scoring's very subjective. I'm sure there's many people who are watching who will have it completely different, but Kyle Williams, our own Kyle Williams, has got it 3 rounds apiece.
Yep, same as me there.
Round 7. I do believe, like I keep saying, I've got Braithwaite up, but I'd be happier if I was in IJAZ Ahmed's corner. Braithwaite starting to slow, IJAZ starting to come on, and that's obviously going to be the tactics for IJAZ Ahmed.
Yeah, and for those guys in the comments, again, a little bit like what we're talking about here, split cards. We've got a couple of people who've got Braithwaite 4-2 up, others who've got IJAZ just ahead, some level. Every round's been competitive so far. So for those joining the stream late, Braithwaite, black shorts with the red detailing, Ahmed, white shorts with the grey. British and Commonwealth Super Flyweight title up for grabs. And the pace slowing down suits Ahmed.
I just think Ahmed will start to work at his own pace now, which is what he's going to want, like you say.
Yeah, all along he needs to be a boxing match, not a brawl. Certainly the first 3 or 4 rounds, Braithwaite was making it his style. There you go, good work there from Ahmed. But just falls short, but then pulls his punch back, doesn't expend any energy.
It's a very hard round to score at the minute, but Ahmed coming back with a 4-punch combination, landed with a couple of crisp hooks to the body. Probably the most noticeable in the round.
Yeah, and he's holding centre ring, which is something that judges always look for, dictating the pace of the fight.
Turns him off nicely, a few more to the body.
Yeah, a good couple of right hands landing there as well as the jab. Braithwaite's head's looking a little bit static this round. And again, he ships another right hand. Comes back with his own though. Every time he looks like the momentum's turning against him, he does come back with a decent single shot. But those shots are getting more few and far between as the rounds go on. Again, just whirling in that right hand. Ahmed blocking it well. Both men failing to really land anything clear this round, Adam.
It's been tough. I do think IJAZ has landed the more cleaner work this round. Has been a little bit scrappy, but both boys giving 100%. Both boys catching a lot of shots. Great fight, Paul, great fight.
Yeah, really good. They're fighting in a phone box. All action so far.
What a round.
Ahmed digging a nice right hand to the body. Takes the left hand in return. Really, really good action this.
Hard round to call that. I don't know where I'm going to throw that one. It's a hard round to call. I think IJAZ Ahmed landed the cleaner work. I'm going to have to give it an IJAZ Ahmed 10-9 round.
Already 7 rounds done. This one has absolutely flown by into the 8th round.
I've got Braithwaite 1 point up, Paul, 1 round up. They've shared 1.
Yeah, the instructions in the corner.
them both.
Ahmed maybe looking slightly fresher in the corner, but Braithwaite will be happy with how the fight's gone so far.
Oh, lovely left hook to start the round. Braithwaite's come out firing.
Yeah, massive shot to start the round there from the Liverpool fighter. And again,
he's whipped in a couple of more big shots.
Yep, uppercut right hand and again left hook to the body.
Although this will be taking stuff out of IJAZ AHMED though, Paul, it's also what's it going to be taking out of Braithwaite, because these are heavy shots he's throwing.
Yeah, he's expelling a lot of energy early in the rounds, as we say. A good jab as well there from Braithwaite.
Lovely counter right hook from Ahmed.
Again, Braithwaite looking to hold and slow the action, dropping his shoulder in. Ahmed fans really trying to will their man on.
Cops a couple of straight shots then Ahmed. It's got to be cute and sensible when he goes in.
Yeah, he was just caught waiting there a little bit, wasn't he? And it was, I'm not quite sure what he was doing. Braithwaite starting to hold his hands by his side, which can either be a sign of confidence or tiredness.
Probably a mixture of both, Paul, in my opinion. But for me, again, Braithwaite definitely landed the cleaner shots this round as we speak so far. I know there's still half of the round left, but
Ahmed looking to the referee there for a bit of help to split it up. And again, Braithwaite's just slowed down again. He came out firing first 15-20 seconds, and once again the pace has really dropped. Ahmed's got to capitalise at these points of the fight. Braithwaite's nose reddening a little bit. Again, Ahmed just walks onto that jab. Once again, Braithwaite looks to finish the round strongly.
It's nice boxing by Braithwaite. IJAZ AHMED showing a lot of courage and he's walking forward, throwing a lot of shots. But for me, Braithwaite just doing the tidier boxing.
Yeah, and that reddening of the nose, I think, is turning to a little bit of blood now. He lands a good
left hook.
Yeah, good left hand inside there from Ahmed and a nice right to the body. Referee's called it a slip. It looked like a left hand. We do be seeing that back again.
Errol Johnson looks very unhappy. And then Braithwaite's coming back. He's throwing the kitchen sink back at him.
And that's got to give, even though it was ruled a slip, it's got to give Ahmed that bit of confidence. Errol Johnson going mad at the referee.
I didn't see the incident, Paul, so I can only score what I've seen. And at the minute, it's a 10-9 round to Braithwaite. That for me landed the cleaner, more effective work, and that might not make some of the viewers or the listeners happy, but.
Yeah, big questions going on ringside about was that a knockdown, was it a slip?
78-76, I believe I've got it to Braithwaite.
Still all to play for. So this is where the corners really earn their money, isn't it? The advice in these championship rounds.
This is where the experience of an Errol Johnson. Ahmed coming out firing a bit more.
Yeah, taking instruction to start the round strong. Braithwaite lands a big left hand. Again, Ahmed with the smart work inside. Left hook just lands, but
this is where Ahmed needs to be now. He needs to be in the pocket, chipping away. And he's working well inside, but it's getting a bit scrappy and a bit untidy. But what a fight for Dudley Town Hall this is.
Yeah, fantastic fight, great action so far.
Nothing noticeable from Braithwaite at the minute. It's the work rate for IJAZ Ahmed that's caught my attention.
Yeah, it's getting scrappier, but again, might suit IJAZ here, keeping that pace up.
Overhand right by Braithwaite. He's got to be careful, Ahmed, when he walks in.
He never gives much away with his body language, Ahmed. That's the only thing. He never looks hurt, never looks happy. And he's just been quite relentless in this fight. And again, doing the dirty stuff inside when he needs to. Another really, really competitive round. So many shades of his last fight with Kadimi. Braithwaite missing with those single shots, and that's been a bit of the theme of the later part of the fight. The single punches that were causing so much damage early on have not been landing quite as cleanly.
Now Ahmed's starting to work his way through the gears a bit now, and still a very scrappy fight to score, Paul. And
both men leading in a little bit with the heads and the shoulders as well. Both men working so well. I mean, it's just such a competitive fight. It's so hard to call. The referee's sort of letting them to it. Ahmed landing a good left hook inside. He's going to get a warning. I thought he was going to get a warning there for the shoulder, but didn't, which is good. But he walks onto the right hand.
Right by Braithwaite. Both boys are firing good shots, but Braithwaite a bit more noticeable, so it's a hard round to score.
Yeah, he's his own worst enemy at times, Ahmed. I think when he gets caught on those shots, he knows he doesn't need to take them. He's got to be frustrated, but he's gone straight back to it. If he can just keep out of that sight line of those big shots, the fight is there for him. It's there for him for the taking. Braithwaite's just got to keep that up, though. He's got to keep finding those single bombs.
Oh, lovely overhand right by Braithwaite.
Yeah, big right hand, but Ahmed takes it well.
For me, Paul, it was a 50-50. I was going to score a 10-10 round, but for me, a Braithwaite overhand right, the more noticeable punches, I'm giving it a Braithwaite round.
Yeah, possibly IJAZ might be getting a little bit frustrated there. He's had a good round. He's given away a big shot. But who knows what the judges are seeing. We've got 3 rounds to go in this one, scheduled for 12. And it's a fantastic fight, fantastic action here from the Dudley Town Hall. Again, once again, a massive thank you to Jobsworth Recruitment, our chief sponsor this evening, for allowing us to bring this stream to you guys, to everyone watching in the chat. Massive thank you for tuning in. It's been a great night of boxing. Still 3 rounds to go.
I've got Braithwaite 3 rounds up at the minute.
And both men come out firing at the start of the round. I know the heavyweights is where the money is, Adam, and the bigger guys, but in terms of action, pound for pound wise, nothing beats the super flyweights.
You get value for money in that fight. Lovely left hook by Braithwaite again. Both lads pulling it all on the line. 2 left hooks, massive left hooks landing on IJAZ Ahmed's chin.
Yeah, he's just got to find a way to avoid walking onto those single shots.
Again, Paul, is scrappy inside, but for me, from what I can see ringside, Braithwaite is landing the cleaner, heavier, harder shots. Yeah, and a lovely left hook to the body.
And landing first, starting the exchange, and that's often so key with judges. It's a good left hook though from IJAZ. Again, the scrappier stuff when they're in close. It's suiting him. And they're really fighting. The referee letting them fight out, which is good to see, not trying to interfere. You see a slower punch there. This is better from Ahmed. 4 or 5 shots there landing. the better punches from Braithwaite, right and left hook.
I just think it's been the story of this round, Paul. I think he's landed better, cleaner shots against Ahmed in the exchanges.
But it depends how you score him. How are they going to score the
scoring subjective, Paul, I agree.
It's the busier fighter versus the heavy hitter. The purist in me tends to always score with the boxer rather than the puncher. I was always more Mayweather than Pacquiao, but everyone is different. And judges often see fights very differently from their vantage point. And good work there from Ahmed, good combination of punches. Both men starting to look a little bit tired now. Shoulders starting to sag a little bit from both. And a brilliant left hook to the body there from IJAZ.
Oh, but an overhand left by Braithwaite, what a fight.
Both men landing big power shots. He needs to finish the round strong here, IJAZ. As the seconds tick away at this 10th round. Really good finish to the round. Good round for IJAZ Ahmed.
Shared 3 rounds.
I think. So here we are really now, the big championship rounds. Round 11 of this one.
There's some subjective scoring ringside round by us, Paul. A lot of people coming up to us.
Yeah, it's the conversation. I tell you what, no one's got it by 3 or 4 rounds.
That's a great start for me, IJAZ Ahmed.
Yeah,
chopping overhand right, Paul.
He needs these rounds. And he started really well. And this is okay. Lands the shots. If the pace slows down, that's not a problem. Braithwaite again will be looking for those openings for those single big punches. They've been there all night.
He needs to work Braithwaite now, Paul. He needs to work him. That's better. He needs to put it on him and keep him working. Braithwaite will be feeling this a lot more than IJAZ Ahmed.
Yeah. And that's the shots IJAZ needs to be looking for. Braithwaite needs to be looking for there, that left hand. Good jab as well. Comments in the chat saying whoever wins these 2 rounds will win it. I think you can't really argue with that.
Ahmed needs to work now. He needs to outwork Braithwaite in these exchanges.
So competitive. Ahmed starting well, but Braithwaite. Again, the big change I've seen in the fight is that Braithwaite was always like getting the first shot away. The last couple of rounds, Ahmed's been the one doing that.
Ahmed working well this round for me, Paul.
Yeah, good left-handed side as well. And Ahmed just falling short with that right hand. It's caught right over the top. A little bit less pop in Braithwaite's punches.
It's starting to slow down now, Paul. It's easier to hit for Ahmed.
You can see what expect the pace to slow. It'll be a tremendous pace throughout the fight from both men. Been a fantastic effort from Braithwaite. As I say, he's just winding up, lands, misses with the right, lands with the left.
Both lads working well. Ahmed done the cleaner work for me so far.
I think understanding the power is sapping a little bit from the punches, but the work rate is still good. Braithwaite's just tried to push Ahmed there towards the corner, and Ahmed stood his ground really well. He's still fresh in there. And it really is tremendous action.
Oh!
Massive left hand.
left hooks by Braithwaite.
And the round finished just on time there for Ahmed. Huge left hand.
I thought it was an Ahmed round until that point, but for me, Braithwaite stole that with a big overhand lefts. For me, I've got Braithwaite winning by quite a few. I think 4. I've got him 4 up now. I know that might be too many for some people watching at home, but for me, IJAZ Ahmed needs a knockout in the last round to win this fight.
Yeah, and a knockout or a knockdown would be useful, but again, we just don't know how the judges are seeing it. It's been all action, it's been fantastic for 12 rounds. As I said, he's landed a good, you'd say with Braithwaite, he's landed at least one good power punch every single round. And Ahmed's work rate has been decent throughout, but he hasn't quite had that same pop.
Either way, Paul, take a bow. These lads, Braithwaite on 3 weeks' notice, IJAZ Ahmed in his 4th toe-to-toe battle.
It's been fantastic so far. Final 3 minutes of this one. Could be all on this round. Does Braithwaite look to play it safe?
I think he's come out swinging, Paul. I think he's come out looking quite aggressive.
But he knows he's
in the big shots.
And he knows he's in the away corner. It's neutral judges. There's one judge from Liverpool. But he's in the away corner, and sometimes you do need to do that a little bit more. But he's finishing the fight strongly. It's interesting, isn't it, Adam? He's falling short with the first punch. The first power punch he throws seems to be missing, but it's that second one that's catching Ahmed.
He seems to be following through with his shots and catching with the second or third.
Both men again trading good punches. Ahmed still chasing this down to the end. Lands a good uppercut inside. Just
walking away well there, Ahmed.
A good couple of point scoring shots. And again, both men exchanging punches to the body. I mean, he's been the master of the rematches, IJAZ Ahmed. He's obviously fought Kadimi 3 times. I definitely watch this one again.
I think it would sell out, Paul, wherever it may be. Liverpool, Birmingham, Dudley Town Hall. Great fight. Let's see a rematch.
It's been excellent. It's been enthralling. Ahmed's been hurt a few times. He's boxed really well in other rounds. It looks like it's going to come down to the 3 judges. Both corners imploring their men on. It's been a scrappy 12th round, a tighter round. Both look fresh, both look like they could do another 3.
How are you scoring this last round, Paul?
It's very, very close. I think Ahmed started the round better and he's finishing it well. Good right to the body as well to finish the last few seconds of this one. People on their feet here at the Dudley Town Hall. Braithwaite lands a good shot to end it.
Great fight.
Excellent fight. Really good scrap. Both corners celebrate. Pullman lifts up IJAZ Ahmed. Braithwaite thinks he's done enough to win it.
I gave that a Braithwaite round in the end, Paul. I just think he caught him with some cleaner shots at the end. It was on a knife edge.
All down to the judges now. Braithwaite celebrates in his corner.
just doing the maths, adding it up. I've got it 113, 118 to Marcel Braithwaite.
I've got it a little bit closer, I have to say, 116, 112. But you just don't know. You just don't know. Neither man will feel confident at the moment.
Superb fight though, could have gone either way some of those rounds, Paul.
Excellent. You know what I mean? People in the comments talking about potentially a draw. Some saying Marcel's done enough. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. This. And the longer it takes to top the scorecards up, it also makes you think the decision might not be a simple one. The judges are taking their time. A draw may not be the most unfair result here. Just don't know. So much on the line for the winner of this one. Getting the belts is one thing, but it's the opportunities that could come next. Absolutely massive moment in these lads' lives.
Either way, Paul, the fans are the real winners here. What a contest. Two lovely guys. IJAZ Ahmed's a cracking lad. And like I keep saying, I hope my scorecard's wrong. I hope IJAZ Ahmed's won it. Lovely lad, deserves to lift the British title. I just can't see it.
Lord Lonsdale belt is in the ring.
Judge Mark Lyson scores in a 114, a 115, Braithwaite. Judge Terry O'Connor scores a 117, 111, Ahmed.
Wow, wow, what is he watching?
Judge
what is he
Kevin
watching?
Parker scores a 114, 114. The result, a split draw.
A draw again for IJAZ Ahmed. I mean, it was a competitive, close fight.
Sorry to say this, and I could probably get in trouble for saying it. What fight is Terry O'Connor watching? The man needs to be, he cannot be giving scorelines like that. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, there was a round or two in it, maybe at most. It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. I mean, yeah, you can see the case for both. You can see how it could have been given a draw. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do much. IJAZ again with a draw. It's frustrating for him. It was let's be honest, it was a fantastic fight. Massive respect to both men. Marcel Braithwaite taking the fight on such short notice really gave a great account of himself.
Three draws for the British title, unbelievable.
It is. It really is unbelievable.
Refining, Blue Chili, RDX, Wildborn Grabber.
But maybe we roll it back and do it again. We'll see. Dan Mole's going to catch up with both boxers shortly.
Thank you for your support this evening. It has been absolutely fantastic for both home and away supporters. The support was fantastic. Well done to you. Good night and have a safe journey home.
IJAZ, how are you feeling?
Gutted. I mean, yeah, it was a war, and fair play to Marcel. He brought it. He brought the fire, and we had an amazing fight there. But I thought I did enough to nick that, and plus it being in my hometown as well. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm cursed or something like that. But another draw. I'm very upset with that result, to be honest.
They're so hard to take, aren't they, those draws, when you've given it everything you've got? I mean, that must have been the most punches thrown in a British title fight ever, because you didn't stop coming forward. You were relentless for 12 rounds.
I mean, I was making all the angles. He was holding, and he was like, you know, pushing me back whilst he was holding and stuff near off majority of the fight, and I was trying to, you know, shrug him off and throw them shots. I mean, how the judges didn't see that. I'm just, I don't know what to say right now. It's very upsetting because you look, I've been training for a long time, and you know, you put your heart into it, and all for what? I mean, they're not fair about it. I mean, yeah, it was a close fight, but I nicked it. I mean.
And you took everything that Marcel Braithwaite had to throw. He come in as the bigger man. He hit you with everything he got, the kitchen sink, everything, and you took it and you kept coming.
I mean, all due respect for Marcel, obviously he's taking it on short notice, and I'm judging upon the performance he put on. He was fit and he was ready, and he was a game on the night. So nothing against him, and nothing. I'm not going to take anything away from him. He put on a great show, and but I'm sure I know I did enough. Just like the last times when I was fighting Kadimi, I should have been the British champion a long time ago. I think it's just a cursed bout for me. Maybe I just got to go and fight for something else. Right now, I'm very, very upset with that result, and I don't know what's going to happen soon. I've got about a month or so off. Obviously, Ramadan's coming up, and I'm just going to have a good think about it. And Alhamdulillah, I will be blessed with a son in the coming months. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to focus on that for now. I just need a bit of time to think about my future. After all of these draws, I'm just thinking, is it all worth it? Putting my body through all of this pain, and I don't know. I really don't.
It's tough for you at the moment, but you must take some heart from being one of the most fan-friendly, hard-working, always puts everything into every single fight, and we can see this again, and we can see this on a bigger platform. It deserves to be seen on a bigger platform. Would you do this again?
Like I said, look, right now I'm just really upset with that. I just don't know what to really say. Maybe.
IJAZ, you give it absolutely everything tonight. You credit to yourself, credit to your family, credit to BCB. You'll always be a champion to us. Well done tonight.
Allahu Akbar. I'd just like to thank, obviously, Allah. I'd like to, if it wasn't for Allah, I wouldn't be in this position right now. And I'd like to thank the fans who've come out and supported me from the get, and I really appreciate everybody's help. Just like to say thank you, obviously, coming out and supporting me. I don't know, let me have a bit of time off and see what the future holds.
Thanks, IJAZ.
Thank you to IJAZ there. He looked dejected, Dan, he looked frustrated, but let's not take it away. It was a hell of a fight.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look back at that and you think what Small All Boxing's put on tonight. We have BCB have put on a British and Commonwealth title, an absolute war, an epic fight, 12 real tough rounds. Braithwaite's come in there as, look, he's the bigger man and some of those bigger shots, but he just took every single one of them and he kept coming forward this evening. And yeah, I can see why he's disappointed. It must be really difficult to have those draws follow you around your career.
A draw sort of does nothing for anyone, does it really? I mean, it potentially sets up that possibility of a rematch, but it's a shame that neither man gets to leave here with a belt around his waist.
Yeah, absolutely. And you imagine being IJAZ AHMED and having that Casey Kadami sort of named over you for 3 years that it's been, and then Kadami pulling out for the York Hall fight. And then from our point of view, from BCB Promotions' point of view, we're his managers, we're his trainers. You know, we're putting on a British title fight in a town hall for the British and Commonwealth title with 3 fights on the undercard. This is not easy, Paul. This is not easy to do. And when one of your boys puts in a performance where he's giving it absolutely his heart and soul, yeah, it's gutting that he hasn't got the result. But what you've got to remember for IJAZ is that he's always in really good fights, and we all enjoy watching him. It's a tough one to take tonight, but I'm sure Marcel Braithwaite's thinking the same. He may think that he's done enough to have nicked it. IJAZ thinks he's done enough to have nicked it. And when that's the case, sometimes you can see why it's a draw.
Yep, absolutely. And that one wide scorecard, set that aside. It was a very close, very competitive fight. One that we could definitely see again at some point, but we'll have to wait and see. Just a quick word down on the rest of the card just before we let you go. As you say, those 3 fights, been a really good evening, topped by that fantastic main event. All wins in the home corner, but some good fights, and particularly MJ Hall with that 100th career fight.
Yeah, and that's what boxing's about, isn't it? MJ Hall's Centurion tonight. Started out white collar, never thought he was ever going to really box as a pro, and here he is tonight having 100 fights. That's what BCB's about, that we've got British champions, European champions, fighters on the verge of world titles, mixing it with guys who are on 100 fights and in the away corner all the time. So, look, boxing's not just about those 4 or 5 superstars, so let's get that out of everybody's head. This is what boxing's about, real nights like tonight where people are putting their heart and soul on the line, they're working during the day, they're training during the evening, and look, every single man deserves credit this evening.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in as always. It's been a really, really good evening here. Split decision draw, we'll have to see. And always a massive thank you to our sponsors, Jobsworth Recruitment, who have allowed us to put this stream on. Thank you so much to everybody watching. For those that have missed it, you can watch the fight back on YouTube on BCB's page. And also make sure to follow BCB on all the social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well as our YouTube channel. So once again from the Dudley Town Hall, from behalf of me and Dan Mole, thank you for watching.
Oh.